I'm not doing this because I want to take long showers with you assholes.
Ain't you them kids that have been quacking off in my tool shed?
By a bunch of fargan ice holes like yourselves.
Yeah, well, listen, you ought to ditch the geeks in the car with now and get in with us, but that's all right. We'll worry about that later.
Oh, my God. There's 100 morons in my basement.
It's you, Larry.
Lollygaggers. Diamond dogs have struck again.
No, they could be a lot worse.
Why did you kiss my ear? Why are you holding my hand? Where's your other hand? Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
4 of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas, looking for strippers and cocaine.
1, 2, 3. Benchwarmers!
Live from Scott's parents' basement, this is the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast.
The Basement Benchwarmers Podcast. We are back for another week. We got Willie and Eric here tonight, and myself, Scott. We'll see what else joins us on the way. You never know. People always straggle in. It's been a good week overall, I think, for everybody. Let's start off and ask them. Eric, how was your week?
Wow, this is so unnatural not have to follow
What the hell?
Mr. Chatterbox with his stories. Had a good week. Nothing special. Enjoying the nice fall weather, which we were just talking about. Got a lot done in the yard. A lot of that final, cleanup for the year. Trimmed down some tree branches and cut the grass one more time. And the highlight, though, for me was Logan took back to the basketball court after a year off, which I was unsure if he'd ever play again. But he's very enthusiastic about it this year. It was a mini tournament where they had 2 games. Played really, really well. So they won 1 game, lost 1 game, but it was fun to watch him play basketball again. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Get any referee warnings or anything like that?
The reffing in the second game. So both games were tight. They won the first one by 4, and then they lost the second one by 1. And the reffing was a little suspect in the second game. And of course, the one we lost. That's when the reffing was. It was great in the first game.
Is this like a club or high school? Or
it's travel ball. It's actually a feeder into Indian Trail.
Okay.
They're the Hawks, so it's a feeder team. Even though most of the kids are going to Bradford, but I think that was what was available, is the fact that it was a feeder team for Indian Trail. So works out pretty well. So we play against other feeder clubs. We played against Waterford. We played against Central.
Where do you play at?
These games were all over. This was in Elkhorn. So
At the barn?
Yeah, at the barn. That's a hell of a field house, man.
Mm-hmm.
They got a hell of a facility. They're pumping some money into that school district.
Yep. Yeah.
Lucky them.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. How about you, Willie?
Well, let's see. What did I do? Watched some high school football. We talked about that earlier. Watched a man's team play amongst boys.
Yeah, pretty much.
Was it 35-0 at half?
42-0 the final. Yeah.
Is it a passing attack or is it everything?
Whatever they want to do.
It's like you said, a Madden.
Yeah,
it's Maddens.
Scott was calling plays. Here's what they're going to do here, and sure enough, that's what happened.
The double reverse.
Double reverse. We didn't see a double reverse, actually. Surprised.
No, we didn't.
Oh, we did see that counter.
Yeah,
they did run that counter after I said,
nice.
they did run a counter. Yeah.
And we went to a couple places we haven't been to in a while. We went to Sheridan Lanes, hung out for a while, and went to Gordy's.
Yeah.
And donated a few bucks to the slot machine, but
yeah, it was a fast donation too.
Is it like it's not like when Norm walks into Cheers when you go to Gordy's? It's
no,
not anymore. It used to kind of be.
Used to be a staple.
Sure did
back in the day, but not anymore.
I stopped in. My brother-in-law and I stopped there one night way back from. We went to a concert at Genesee. I'm like, you got it. I'm like, and he lives not too far from. Oh, he actually lives by Lucci's bar.
Oh, okay.
But on the way back, I'm like, do you want to stop for one at Lucci's or do you want me to you want to check out, you want to go to Gordy's, and he's like, "What's Gordy's?" I'm like, "What do you mean, what's Gordy's? Come on!" So I had to. Once he said that, I had to take him there.
Absolutely, yeah. It's it's very young now.
Mm-hmm.
What it used to be.
Yeah.
So nothing wrong with that. Did Hill score?
No,
No,
it was
no.
Washington.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
No, I need Hill to score.
And then we'll do Saturday. Went to a fundraiser. That was pretty cool. Had a good time there. So some people I hadn't seen in a while, but some people I played with softball when I first started playing around here. So
yeah, did they raise a lot of money?
I think they
sounded
did
pretty good.
Yeah, I think they
Probably
did pretty well.
A few $1,000, I think. So that's good.
Every little bit helps.
Yeah,
yes, it does.
Tough.
And we
tough
did
spot.
get the lucky number 69 for one of the raffles. So
We didn't win.
no, nothing. It was fruitless. It was a
well,
fruitless
you
69.
won. You won because you got the 69.
We won a ticket with number 69 on it. That's what we won. So hey.
Yeah, and I got to watch a hell of a game last night. It wasn't looking good for the longest time, but hey, grit.
It was
a lot of grit.
Yeah, that's no. Well, I'm sure we'll get to it more,
Yep,
but yeah,
yep.
it's almost comical in a way. But yeah, grit, finding ways to win.
Yeah,
Hell
absolutely. Scooter.
Yeah, a lot of the same. I went and saw Dane Cook on Saturday night in Milwaukee. It's pretty funny. He's seen him a few times. He's makes you laugh. That's what his job is. I went to Tupelo Honey before to eat in Milwaukee. Very good food. Excellent. I would go back, try something different.
Is there a theme? Is it what?
It's a lot of chicken. It's southern, but it's based on chicken. I had chicken and waffles, which I never get. The waffle was very good, but they put it was a waffle. Then they did like macaroni and cheese, like waffle style in there. So it was like it had like a fried skin to the mac and cheese, but it was moist. It was like mac in the middle, so it was kind of tasty. And then then it had a piece of chicken on top, obviously, and then it had a little ranch, some pickles, and a little like hot honey sauce around the edge. I mean, there was two like this. I only ate
like
one of them.
a breaded chicken,
breaded chicken breast, yeah, and it was like two like this big. The chicken breasts were huge, and I only ate one of them. Got some fried green tomatoes and appetizer.
Did you?
They were solid.
Nice.
I only ate one because Jenny don't like them, so there was a total of 4, so I brought those home.
That sounds
and then Jenny had a chicken sandwich, was pretty decent. She said it was good. And then
cocktails.
Yeah, I just had Jenny had this lavender lemonade or something. It was, I don't know what it was, but it was really like tasted like limeade. It was really sour, like, or tart, whatever you want to say. I just had a vodka 7 because all their drinks, none of them interest me. There was an old fashioned, but I didn't feel like an old fashioned, like, old school old fashioned, not like Wisconsin. It was going to be a boozy old fashioned. I don't mind having once in a while, but I just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
So I just got actually I ordered a Tito's and Diet 7-Up, and I got Tito's and Diet Coke, but I drank it. It was fine. Tasted good, actually. I might try it again. It wasn't bad.
Anybody open for Dane?
Yeah, it was some guy, some other comedian. He was funny. Yeah, he was good. So, but it was a good show. Yeah, overall, it was Riverside, so you can't go wrong. Jenny got first row in the balcony, so it was kind of nice.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it was cool.
those are nice. Yeah.
So it was a good show. He's entertaining. He's funny. So it was pretty new material. The last joke he had told before, I've heard it. His final joke. He's more of a storytelling comic, so he draws it out, tells jokes in the middle of them, but it's got a So, but besides that, it was good. It was a good show. So yeah, cool. Good week. So this week on the show, we'll talk about the usual. Start with good, bad, and the ugly, and then we'll talk a little bit about NFL Week 10. I keep mixing it up, and coming up, we'll preview Week 11. Also, we'll talk a little about the Bucks and their woes. And we'll do birthdays. We have a beer of the week. I think sounds like a palette of beer of the week. Sounds like
it's
a flight.
Yeah, an extravaganza. Is that what you want to call it?
Yes, I like it.
Holiday season's almost
here. A plethora of flavor.
Well, holiday drink month's almost here. So
I know. Well, yeah, we'll talk about that. So this will lead into it pretty nicely.
And so the usual. So let's start off with the good, bad, and the ugly. Who wants to start tonight? I'll start.
Did you figure it out?
I got not the one, but I got them written down.
Okay.
So this will go lead into my coma question.
Okay.
So, if you woke up out of a coma and you watched Chiefs play or Lions play yesterday, you'd be like, these teams got to have like 2 wins if they're lucky.
Right.
And that is ugly, but it's and Eric said this before the show, good teams win ugly, and that's what and that's the first ugly win the Lions have pretty much had all year. They've had a lot of style points there. The Chiefs, on their hand, have a lot of ugly wins on their belt, but makes it tough in those tight games. I mean, they look at the Bengals as a team that these teams can score 50 points and still lose by a point.
It's winning or losing is contagious sometimes too. I think the Bengals, even though I think they have 4 wins, right? They're not like abysmal.
No.
But they're losing those games like 35-34, and they're losing like somebody said if they scored 70, somebody would score 71. Whereas the opposite effect's happening with not the Lions, because the Lions have blown out a lot of teams this year. But more so with the Chiefs lately. Like the last 3 or 4 games, they're behind and they're finding a way to eke it out in whatever fashion they need to. And I think that's just a sign. It's good culture there. It's a good coach. They figure it out. They're like, okay, we're struggling, but I think we could still pull this off, or they believe in them. Maybe it's belief, and I think the Lions, they got a lot of belief right now. It stems from that head coach. And the same thing with the Chiefs. It's a winning culture. They've won 3 Super Bowls. I mean, it's just, we're going to figure out a way to win. If it's 10-9, I don't care. We're going to win.
Yeah. And
just win, baby.
And it's not all, the thing about it's not all Mahomes either. It's not all about him. He's actually started out a little slow. He's picked it up last game. I mean, you played a good defense in Denver. I mean, that's a good defense. So, but yeah, just watching him play, I mean, that's ugly winning, and ugly wins count as wins also. Doesn't matter who does. They don't. There's no such thing as this isn't college basketball where there's they don't dinky on the rankings for you only beat Florida State by 2 instead of by 50. I mean,
they don't ask how, they just ask how many.
Let's look at the standings. It's all that matters. So, yep, that's my ugly. Just those 2 games yesterday. If you were in a coma, you'd be like, what's going on?
And ironically, I think those are the 2 most balanced teams, I think, in the NFL. They have consistently throughout the all the different spots, defense, special teams, offense. They're the most balanced throughout,
and they're 17-1 combined.
Yeah, well, that just tells you.
Shows. Yep. Eric, you're ugly.
What was that? You're
ugly.
That was your ugly.
One ugly. Winning ugly.
Well, I don't want to take Willie's, and it's the same thing. It's just, I think we're all going to talk about a little bit about that game, and I guess just to build on what Scott just said, my ugly is throwing 5 picks and still winning, and that's like you just said, it's winning ugly. So that's my ugly. Not a bad ugly. It's a good ugly. Yeah, winning ugly. I think I picked the Packers once this year, saying they won ugly, and they won.
You take winning ugly every game.
Every game.
Hell yeah. That's what it took.
Absolutely.
Right?
It's better than losing ugly.
Yeah.
Right.
You've seen that.
Yeah. You've been on the flip side of that.
Right.
Over the years, right? We all have. We all have.
Absolutely. I have also an ugly, but it's good.
Okay.
And it's my Jimmy Harbaugh-led Chargers. I don't know if you knew this about them, but they're the 4th team in the last 40 seasons not to allow more than 20 points in each of their first 9 games.
9 times.
Really?
9 times. 9 times.
They haven't allowed
times.
20 more than 20
points.
9 times. 9 times.
The first 9 games. Pretty impressive.
9 times.
9 times.
9 times, was it?
9
times.
Wow, that's a hell of a stat.
I mean, you think about where this team was last year, and what's their old coach doing? Is he?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Brandon Staley. He's got to be somewhere. He's got to be on a staff somewhere. I don't know.
Because he was a defensive guy, correct?
I believe so. Yeah, because he was with the Eagles, correct?
I think so.
Staley. Came from would it be Doug Pearson or must be his? I don't know. But yeah, might be. Could be.
Someone will tell us, maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm looking them up right now.
So my bad, right? That was your ugly, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ugly good.
That was ugly good.
Ugly good. My bad is, and let me explain myself because I don't disagree with some of this stuff. This is, I do a lot of Ed for him when he's not here.
There we go.
Okay. This is my Ed moment of the night. Let me put my flannel on and get my my orange hunting hat on, and I'm hunting wabbits. No, I won't. That's how Ed talks when he does that. I say.
And grow a beautiful mustache.
Yeah, I could grow the same mustache by the time I end the show.
And an amazing.
I'll have the same mustache by the end of the show that Ed had after 4 weeks.
An amazing head of hair and a just gorgeous physique. Then you're Ed. Okay.
Let me put my Campbell jersey on. No, I'm gonna talk about the NFL and their fine on Joey Bosa. It's strange to me, and I'm fine with fines. I get it. They're gonna stand their ground on this, but for I'm just going to say it, for someone that allowed you to wear political statement Black Lives Matter all over the place, that was fine. That's a political statement. That's a political, and they were putting out helmets and end zones and everything. He puts in America great again. I mean, this is a narrative that is unfortunately what's going on in America now. He got fined $11,000, but the best part of the whole thing was he got the sack in the game yesterday and did the Trump dance. It was incredible. It was hilarious. He did how Trump dances, a goofy old man dance.
Yeah.
But I just think it's a double standard. And when people go, oh, nope, not saying I'm fine with him getting fined. I don't care. He shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
It's not where it's not the place for it. Do it after when you're on your own. Like I've said about the whole kneeling thing. Do it all on your own. But that was all okay for some reason. That was all okay, but this isn't. It's just weird. It's just a strange situation to me, and I'm fine with it. But I can't be fined with everything else. Then everybody should get fined for anything like that. They've done it. So I just think it's unfair that he got fined, and he didn't make a stink about it. Took his fine, which I think he should appeal it, but he can't. But it's funny. It wasn't just him. Like 4 or 5 of his teammates got around him, starting to do the dance with him, and it was all walks of life doing the dance with him. It was pretty. I think it becomes more of and NFL players are closer than people think. I think, yeah, you have your moments, and some guys don't like each other, but it's a fraternity, and they're going to stick with their guys, especially a guy like Bosa, who is a star of the league. They can't make him go away. That's the problem. He's going to always be out front. So I'm just going to say that was a bad for me. NFL, just a bad look. Could have just went by it. Nobody else said a word. And the other thing, I think Kaepernick's girlfriend was one of the first ones to complain on the internet about it. I thought that was rich. But
were you surprised?
I don't know. So yeah, that's my only thing I complain about. So.
If it doesn't fit the narrative, like you just said,
it's unfair. It's unfortunate. I don't have to agree with the narrative. I don't agree, but it's fine. I had no problem. I'm not against the whole them doing the helmets and all that and stuff in the end zones. I'm not against all that. But when you don't allow both sides, that's the problem.
Yeah,
that's the problem. So
you're right.
So yep. So Eric, you're bad. You're a bad motherfucker.
My bad. No. Well, this guy's not a bad motherfucker. In fact, he's really irritating me, especially when I took him first in the fantasy basketball draft. But my bad is Joel Embiid. I mean, you're kidding me. Are you freaking kidding me? Not playing, fine. All this wishy-washiness. Maybe he'll play Wednesday. Maybe he'll play Saturday. He practiced on Thursday. Then he shoves a reporter or whatever. Yeah. Now he's suspended for 3 games that he probably wouldn't even play in anyway. So, I mean, this might be personal for me because I took him first in my fantasy draft, but my bad is just Joel Embiid. And I totally regret. Now I'm 0-3 in the damn league too. And it looked like I was going to have a great team. Just annoying, an absolute annoyance. This Joel Embiid guy, the process, right? Is that his name? The process.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. And maybe it's a little bit of a bad look, the way that the NBA has kind of shifted over the last however many years with this load management, and you play when you want to play, and we're going to rest players, whatever. But that's my bad.
I agree. I agree with him. Like I always said, load. I agree with it. We've all talked about it many times. I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world. Guys making hundreds of $1 millions, and they're worried about load management when the guy. This is the exact reason why Michael Jordan's the GOAT.
Yeah, played every
game.
No and Kobe played.
That's why I rank them higher than anybody nowadays.
Those are the 2 best players.
And even old school guys, Birds and the Magic Johnsons and the Chamberlain. They didn't miss games.
Yeah, it's a shift that I think a lot of it started with a little bit with LeBron, but with Kawhi Leonard, a lot of that kind of stuff. But it's annoying. I mean, we'll get to this later, but there's a few guys in the Bucks I wouldn't mind doing some load management, but we'll get to that later. Willie, you're bad.
My bad is the state of football in Florida this last weekend. I don't know if you heard, but the state of Florida went 0-11.
0-11.
0-11.
Wow.
So, Florida lost, Florida State, UCF, South Florida.
Miami got that was a big upset, Miami, right? Because they were 4th.
Miami, Florida Atlantic, Florida International, Tampa Bay, Jacksonville, but
Jacksonville
big 0-11. 0-11.
Yikes.
That's tough. I'm trying to remember the last time that happened. I thought there said something.
You should have done a Florida or Ohio and then said who was 0-11. I think we would have figured out pretty quickly.
Real easy. You guys just
Yeah.
said, okay, Ohio State won, so we're done.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, Cincinnati lost, and
Cleveland, they were on the bye, right?
Yeah. So they didn't win.
No. True. But yeah,
Yeah.
Florida, tough place to be.
It is a tough place to be. It's true. Yikes.
My good?
You're good.
My
You are
good is the 10-0 Indiana Hoosiers of the Big Ten.
That's something.
First 10-win season in their history, I believe I read. That's crazy.
Yeah.
They've been around a while.
That's a confident coach, too. I think he's kind of like anyone, anywhere will beat you. Yeah. That's what he's thinking right now.
He was on Dan Patrick today, and, he came from James Madison. He was talking about, because he worked with Nick Saban for about 5 years, and he was tired of being like an assistant coach. He wanted to be either a coordinator or he wanted to be a head coach. He says the only way I was going to be able to do that if I took a pay cut and went into Division II, which he started doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I had 2 girls that wanted to go to school to be doctors. I was taking a chance on myself here. And when Indiana came calling, he said, now's the time to do it because he said the athletic director had so much, he was behind me 100%, and he knew that I could do what they wanted to do, because he said you have to now, you have to have a good football program to be.
It pays the bills.
It does. He said it pays the bills.
Yep.
So, but yeah, the guy was really interesting to talk to or listen to. And Dan Patrick always asked some good questions. That was one of the questions. What took you so long?
Mm-hmm.
You're doing an awesome job here, and but yeah, he finally, I think he's.
I'm guessing he took a major pay cut from being an assistant with Alabama.
Yeah.
Down into Division II.
Division
like you said,
II.
He took a chance.
He worked his way, to James Madison. I think James Madison had a really good year last year. So.
Okay.
But
Kurt
Signetti.
Yeah.
So.
10-0.
10-0.
Who do they got coming up though? I think
they got Ohio State.
Yeah.
But I think they have a bye week before that.
Okay.
So
we'll see if they could pull it off.
Interesting. Hopefully it's a good game.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So that's my good. Indiana.
I like that.
Yep. Good. So my good is not having cable. Because then I don't have Bally's or whatever it's called, the FanDuel network, which saves me from watching the Milwaukee Bucks at this point. And it saves me from, like whatever, fake handshakes and, like stat lines like this from Brook Lopez, 6 points, 1 rebound. He's 7 feet tall, right? 3 assists. Another night against the Jazz, 1 point, 5 rebounds. Good job, Brook. 2 assists. Pat Connaughton's typical stat line would be 3 points, 0 rebounds, 1 assist. These are really high-paid players on the Bucks that we kept around. They're core guys that we have to have. I don't know. I'm at the point. Do you just blow this thing up right now? Do you just go to Giannis and be like, look, we want you here. We'll do everything it takes. We're going to have to suck for a little bit. We're going to have to maybe suck for the rest of this year. Just unload anything that's of value right now. Unload, bring in whoever, young guys that could just play the season out and then go after it again next year. But it doesn't. Again, I don't know. I haven't seen it because I don't have cable. I just know about it. I just hear about it. So usually I would find a way to try to watch or listen to those games, and I don't know. I'm shielded right now.
I can help you out if you want.
I'm shielded from having no cable from the Milwaukee Bucks right now, or else I think I would be absolutely in the state of depression. But I'm surviving. I'm neutral. I'm neutral right now because I'm not seeing it. Have they lost games? I saw them win. The only time I watched them this year, they won.
Okay,
that was the first game of the year. They're 1-0 when I watch them. So maybe I should find a way to watch them, right?
Yeah. Well, they're 2-7 now. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, I didn't know that.
That fire's going to have some extra garb to it. I was reading about that.
Yeah. He's a child.
Yeah. Well,
Giannis is a child.
can't joke, huh? Okay.
Well, yeah, I don't. I mean, that's the least of their
two
problems
ways to
right
look
now.
at
That's
it.
the
Yeah.
least of it.
I mean,
come on.
if you saw the replay, it looked like he kind of snickered, like I'm just messing with you. But then,
Well, I mean, the Celtics are dialed in, so they're not going to.
that could be a great. That could be a great like meme you can make up. Like if you like a animated meme, like you could put Jaylen Brown walking toward him, and then put next to Giannis Olympic team. Psych.
There we go.
Giannis, son of a meme. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You guys can do that. It's on me. Psych. But yeah, it's interesting. Well, we could talk more of the Bucks in a minute. We'll talk more in a minute.
I don't want to.
We'll get into the Bucks. We'll get.
All right, my good is going to be Jimmy Harbaugh again. I was going to say the Lions,
Wow.
but he just happens to keep popping up on my feed here, and I thought this was really interesting. It's going to be a quiz too for you guys. So Jim Harbaugh is now the fifth person in football history to win 50 games as a head coach in both the NFL and college football. There are four other coaches. Can you name them?
50 games.
I don't know if he coached longer. Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson's one.
Pete Carroll.
Number two.
Nice. How about
Barry Switzer?
Nope.
Yeah, he only coached a couple years in Green Bay or in Dallas. Let me think here. College. 50 games?
50 games.
How about Steve Spurrier? Was he there long enough in Washington? They sucked, but
Tom Landry.
Nope.
Nope, not Spurrier. Okay.
Well, one of them he passed away today.
John Robinson.
I
just saw that.
okay.
Yeah, I just saw that. So that's the only reason I know that one.
And
that's a good one. Yeah.
And how many more are there?
One more. And I can tell you, he coached the Detroit Lions.
Wayne Fonts.
Nope. He's the reason why Perry retired, in my opinion.
Bobby Ross.
Bobby Ross, that piece of
Bobby
shit.
Ross,
Bobby
yeah.
Ross.
Where was he? At
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tech. And they were decent when he was at Georgia Tech too. They were a good program.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So
Bobby
interesting,
Ross.
huh? Bobby Ross.
Yeah.
Piece of crap.
Willie has some feelings about Bobby Ross.
I never liked that guy.
Never
liked him.
He never liked you.
Well,
That's what I heard.
You've had a lot of coaches there.
Yeah.
A lot.
Right? Yeah.
Especially over the last 20 years.
All right.
A lot of coaches.
Mooch,
yeah. Mooch kind of fell off the face of the planet.
Yeah, he's on,
He's still on I've never,
NFL Network, I believe.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I don't watch the NFL Network ever.
Once in a while.
So now they don't have. I mean, they don't have the games anymore, too. Like they had the Thursday. Didn't they originally have the Thursday night
They
game?
still
They get
have
some Sundays.
They
It's
still have the
mixed.
Sundays, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they got the early game.
Hey, they
like
make
the
more
London
money
game.
if they give it to other people.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess.
Like put in there, put an Amazon Prime and
Yeah.
Peacock and
All these other places.
Well, we're
why
finally
not?
getting some good Thursday night games. I mean,
yeah.
I think
we had
that.
the Commanders this week.
Yeah, it's Eagles Commanders.
Okay.
Is it Eagles?
I think so,
Wow.
isn't it?
First place game, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe for first.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and last week was good with the Bengals and the Ravens.
The Bungles.
71-70.
Jeez.
What, 35-34?
Yeah.
And the Bengals were smoking them, too.
Yeah.
Just smoking them.
Yeah. And then that little magic, comes back.
Yeah. Exactly.
Make some crazy plays.
Had that play where he almost, well, we'll get to it later, where he almost stepped out.
Yeah. Did some tiptoeing.
So that was good, bad, and the ugly.
See how much faster that goes without Ed? We'd still be on the ugly.
So let's talk about what was I gonna bring up? I can't remember.
Well, I get to say one more ugly. Micah Parsons, huh?
Oh, his little above his pay grade comment.
Running
I didn't hear.
McCarthy.
What do you say now?
Oh yeah, he was blaming everybody but himself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just going at him, and Damian Wood, he went off. He goes, all these podcast boys in the locker room
Benchwarmers.
talking, and it's not one person doing all the bad stuff. It's a whole team. So you're all bad,
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason to be throwing this guy. This guy's, you know what? He's got a Super Bowl championship. Do you?
I mean, he does have a lot of wins.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Mhm.
once again. I mean, he's not. Here's a problem. I don't know. It's just it's a bad situation. Alex said he did nothing to make their team better in the offseason, and that's weird with Jerry Jones. Strange. Their pickup was Ezekiel Elliott.
Right.
That was their big pickup.
That's not like the Cowboys.
Because
No.
come on, you know what the problem was? It was a lack of shades. Right? Come
Yeah.
on, man. You gotta put up some new shades up there.
Yeah, that's what it was too. Let's talk about that came out today. Let me bring you up to you guys. Hold on one second. And real quick, I'll just spitball this. So I had the finalists for different awards in the Major League Baseball. I'll give you the 3, and you tell me who you think's gonna win them. Manager League, National League, Mets manager Carlos Mendoza, the Brewers manager Pat Murphy, or Mike Schilt from the Padres. That's a tough one, but I'm going to go with Pat Murphy from the Brewers.
I was like Pat Murphy.
Yeah, I think that because nobody
less talent.
expected that.
Yep.
Low payroll.
Yeah, low profile from who was there before.
Lowest payroll of all
Yeah.
the teams mentioned.
Yep. Oh, this is a good one. National League. You got AJ Hinch. You got Matt Quintero from the Royals. Hench from the Tigers.
Yeah.
And Stephen Voigt from the Guardians. That's a good one. But I'm going to go with the Tigers there.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with AJ Hinch.
Same, I go Hinch. I mean, that was another kind of a shocker.
Crazy run at the end.
I think Voigt would be a close second for me there.
Oh,
though.
for sure. Absolutely.
How about the Rookies of the Year? Finalists are Churio from the Brewers, Jackson Merrill from the Padres, and Paul Skeens from the Pirates. This is one of those who you think and who you should. I think Skeens wins it, but I think Jackson Merrill should win it. That's my opinion.
I think Skeens does.
Skeens, yep.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about him to comment, so I'll just say Skeens.
He's got his
'Cause I
girlfriend's,
just
girlfriend's
like
pretty
that.
hot.
Oh, then definitely.
Yeah.
I think that should be in part of the resume.
Oh, yeah, Livy Dunn.
Yeah.
Rookie of the Year.
Oh, it's Livy Dunn.
Yes.
Okay, then yes. Yeah, Skeens.
American League Rookie of the Year, Colton Cowser from the Orioles, Louis Gill from the Yankees, or Austin Wells from the Yankees. This is a tough one for me because I'm not real familiar. I'm going to go. I know Colton Cowser for fantasy, so I'm going to take him because I've heard of them all.
Yeah.
But Cowser, I'll go with Cowser in that.
Austin Wells because he led his team to the World Series.
And you know what? Because of his awesome stash.
Does he have a hot girlfriend too?
I don't know about that, but he's got a cool stash.
Mary Lou Retton.
Nadia Comaneci.
No, it's
Dorf on golf.
I was going to say Dorothy Hamill. Dorothy Hamill.
Kathy
Oh,
Rigby.
yeah, yeah.
Kathy Rigby.
Kathy Rigby.
Dorothy Hamill.
All I remember her is doing tampon commercials.
Tanya Harding.
See, Kathy Rigby was a tampon commercial lady.
I'm watching TV here.
Cy Young finalists, National League, you got Paul Skeens, Zach Wheeler from the Phillies, and Chris Sale from the Braves. I like Chris Sale.
I like Livy Dunn.
So you're Paul Skeens you're picking? You like Willie?
I think I'm gonna go with Sale on this one.
Okay. Sale, what a player guy that most teams just got. They could have got him if they wanted him.
Right.
It's a sad thing. And it's weird because that's a Cubs thing to do. Let's go cheap and grab a guy, see what he does, and they don't do it with him. It's just weird. It's just odd.
No, he's had a lot of arm issues in the past.
Yeah, but I don't know. Cy Young in the American League. How about Emmanuel Clase as a closer from the Indians or Guardians? I'm sorry. Also Seth Lugo from the Royals or Skubal from the Tigers.
Skubal.
Lugo.
I'll say Skubal with Class A in a close second, but they're all good pitchers.
Right.
Actually, I like those 3 finalists over the American League.
Lugo is the one.
Or National
League. Oh yeah,
they're good
sure.
pitchers, but I like these 3. Skubal had a great
I just picked the guy that I know.
MVP.
Yes.
Aaron Judge, Juan Soto in the American League, or Bobby Witt Jr. I'm going to take Bobby Witt Jr. in the upset.
Bobby Witt Jr.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll stick with Judge. I think that's who I picked at the whatever.
And Otani and 2 other guys.
Yeah. Duh.
The top 3 guys, Lindor and Ketel Marte.
Really?
Wow, gonna come in third.
Well,
good for him.
Yeah.
But Otani, I'm guessing Otani is where you got
that's
Otani,
easy.
Yeah.
Okay, easy money.
For
So,
sure.
Easy money.
For
Huh? I see what you did there.
Easy money.
You could translate that, right?
Wonder what the line on that is.
Woo!
He would tell us. Yes, so that was that baseball. Also, so you guys want to check out our the thing I sent out this week, the NFL by category?
Yeah, whatever we have to do to not talk about the Bucks. I'm fine.
Well, how
with.
about we do the scores?
Oh, okay.
NFL scores this week.
Yeah, why don't you start that?
We'll do the scores.
Because that's going to take me
Eric
a
will do
little
beer
bit.
of the week.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the NFL by category. Then we'll do our picks, and we'll get the birthdays, and we'll all the crap we do at the end. Okay, so let's do the scores this past week. So this past week in the NFL, let me get it up here. Giggity. Here we go. So in the Thursday night game, the Bengals lose to the Ravens. It's coming up here, I think. I know it is. It's loading. What was the final score? 35-34 in that game?
Yes.
35-34. One of the best fantasy days for lots of players in all year. You had Jamar Chase scoring 3 touchdowns, 2 big ones, 270 yards, I believe. You had 4 touchdowns from Lamar Jackson, 4 from Joe Burrow. There's lots of fantasy stuff going on in that game. Lots. I think Andrews had a couple touchdowns or a touchdown in that game.
Well, if you had Jamar and you had
Jamar and
Lamar.
Burrow, or Lamar, yeah. You could have, and the thing is, and Derrick Henry kept throwing, not Derrick Henry, and a couple people kept throwing Mark Andrews as possible. You would have like 110 points
yes.
in a Thursday, and you probably won. And I had Jamar Chase 2 leagues, and I won both those leagues. So it's just you get that many points from somebody, it's crazy. So the Ravens do win and go to 7-3, and the Ravens Bengals dropped to 4-6. As we talked about earlier, Lions outlast the Texans in a weird game, down 23-7 at halftime. The Lions hold the Texans to no points in the second half, and on a 52-yarder by Jake Bates, a walk-off 52, which I thought was a long walk-off field goal. I thought it was a long confidence game. It was a weird to me that day. I'm like, okay, but a lot of the stuff he did.
How tight were those?
Oh, my.
Because you know what? If it had been a bear kicker, it'd have been double doinked, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the luck of the Bears right there. The Eagles go into Dallas with no Dak Prescott, and they beat them 34-6. It was just as bad as the score. It was not a good game. Cardinals win another game, 31-6. The Jets still struggling to find any rhythm on offense, and the Jets defense surprisingly got ran over in that game. Another good game by the Cardinals, 31-6. They moved to 6-4 and in sole possession of first place in the NFC West. The 49ers win and beat the Buccaneers 23-20 on the road on a last-second field goal by Jake Moody. That's after Deebo Samuel pushed the snapper and shoved the kicker and said it was part of the game. And I don't know what's going on here, but yeah, 5-4 they moved to over 500 after dropping down below it a couple weeks ago. Titans lose to the Chargers 27-17. Jim Harbaugh, as you talked about before, should have been the Bears coach. 27-17 they win and are 6-3 and in playoff position. It's gonna be hard to win that division, but they are in playoff position right now. The Steelers, big win on the road, 28-27. They beat the Commanders and are they might be in first in that division now, because 7-2 they are. They haven't had their bye yet, and the Jaguar. I think the Ravens are 7-3. So yeah, they'd be in first, better win percentage, and they haven't played each other yet, have they?
I don't think so.
So they no head-to-head there. Well, it'd still be a better win percentage though at this point, so they would still be in first. But Steelers win, whatever. They're either tied for first or right up in first. Patriots go to Chicago and upset the Bears 19-3. This is getting closer and closer to the end of the Eberflus era. I can't believe they'll be keeping him. I don't think they fire him in the year because it makes no sense. Doesn't ever make sense to fire a coach, but I think this is you're seeing the how coaching affects players. And I'm just going to say this, at times he looked very good, but I think this is just terrible for Caleb Williams. I don't think this is good at all. Part of his fault, don't get me wrong, but not. I'll give him 15-20% of the fault. Everything else falls on this team because quarterbacks are going to make mistakes, young quarterbacks. So his 15-20% mistakes are usual, but when the team adds more problems on top of it, it just isn't good. And I don't think there's any way out. I think what they should do is just get a coach in there off the staff they think they can trust and have him just just work with Williams the rest of the year and just do what comfortable for him to get him comfortable, no matter if they win or lose. Just finish the year out. But obviously, Eberflus isn't going to do that because he needs to keep his job. But I think Shane Waldron needs to be pushed back to start. I mean, and it's a shame their bye week's been gone, because if they had bye week, I think they would do it on the bye week.
Right.
But they went in their bye week on a high, so that's the problem. They went on, oh, look at us, and nothing. They got worse after their bye.
Oh, absolutely.
They've been terrible since their bye. They haven't got better. Their offensive line, they're banged up on offense and defensive spots, but a lot of teams are banged up. This is the NFL. Everybody gets banged up. So I just think they become the we talked about on the 46 Zone podcast earlier, and they've become a team that they're 2 wins for these teams. The NFC North have 2 wins coming up. I can't see them beating any team in the NFC North the rest of the year. I just can't see them beating it. And then they got those 6 games, and they got the 49ers on the road, and they got the Seattle Seahawks at home.
They've got the gauntlet.
This is tough. If they were to win 3 of those games, that's a win. It really is at this point. Because even if their defense gets 100% healthy, which if they do, they're going to keep them in games. They just can't do anything on offense to do it, and their line healthy is not a good line. It's bad all around, and their coaching decisions and what they do, and it's just odd to me how they I don't know how they do stuff, and it's just not cohesive. And Kevin Warren's got to come down out of that perch. If I still don't believe the McCaskies are give any full control. I don't think Kevin Warren has full control, because I believe Kevin Warren would have done something by now. I just think that McCaskey's and the scary thing is I've been hearing now he's got a year left on his contract. Are they going to keep him? I mean, they can't keep him. There's no possible way, because he's got contract left, because they're going to say what?
Right. No,
I mean,
yeah.
So, I mean,
unless they want to come back to an empty stadium.
Yeah, and the other thing I've noticed too is that at the game yesterday, a lot of laziness.
Yeah.
Lot of laziness. I mean, there's a lot of guys walking, and DJ Moore is one of them. Terry Stevenson did it again yesterday. If you go back and replay a game of the first half, there's a guy catch the ball out pattern in front of him. He dives for the ball, and he dives, no one touches him. And TJ Edwards has to come in from 10 yards out and pull the guy down. And Terry Stevenson is 2 yards away, could have just touched him and just stood there and looked at him. Didn't run the 2 yards. It was amazing to me. But that comes from the staff. There's no, I don't know. I think that Hail Mary ended the season. Oddly enough,
Took the wind out of their sail.
It changed
They
the
had
whole
any
dynamic.
wind at all.
And not they were, but it's just been weird since that game. They look nothing like they looked in the first 6 games, good or bad. They looked worse the last 2 games they looked all year.
What time did people start leaving that game yesterday?
Probably after about 6 minutes on the fourth quarter, because they pretty much waited for the drive, and they thought, well, if they, of course they get a chance here. You never know, but yeah, it's just been a weird season. I mean, it's been bad. It's not good, and hopefully, like I talked to, I hope they just lose the rest of the games and they're done with it, because what are they going to do? I mean, I feel bad for Kelly Williams, because he's getting all this flack, and Daniels is better, and now he lost to Drake May and Bo Nix. They were in different situations with better coaches. The one thing Kelly Williams does, he looks to throw a ball, and these other guys look to run too, and he's not looking to run, which is good. That's one trait nobody gives him credit for. He stays in the pocket, sometimes too long. I understand that, but he's looking for, like, can't even get to a second read.
Didn't he get the shit beat out of him yesterday?
9 times. 9 times. 9
He was sacked 9 times yesterday. I never thought he could use that for a Bears quarterback again.
9
but I get to use it again 9 times.
9 times.
So they lost, and
9
that's it. I know nothing else to say about it.
9 times.
The Broncos lose to the Chiefs on a last-second block field goal, 16-14, and the magic of the Chiefs continues. And the Jaguars lose a tight one to the Vikings, 12-7. The Vikings just did what they had to do to win in Jacksonville. The Bills beat the Colts 30-20, and the Falcons lose to the Saints 20-17. Another weird game. And the Panthers beat the Giants in Germany 20-17. Panthers win 2 in a row for the first time in like 2 years or so.
2 years at least, yeah.
Yeah. And the Giants dropped to 2-8, another team that's in a different situation. I mean,
the Vikings got something to worry about with Darnold.
Yeah, he threw 3 picks yesterday. I know that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he didn't have 5, but
yeah, but I mean, that's the thing. I mean, the thing is, every game he does this, they keep winning. That's good, but I mean, if he makes mistakes, that just makes him makes it even better. Where in the year when he's only 1 year deal,
right?
So they just go to JJ McCarthy, then they move on. Which JJ McCarthy might be benefiting from this. Sucks. Yeah. I mean, blowing an ACL out isn't what you want to do, but he's learning from a different perspective now, which guys like Mahomes have done, Jordan Love has done,
right.
Lamar Jackson did for 9-10 games didn't play. So I don't know now with this team. I think I'll go back to the Bears. I think the construction of the team was unfortunate for Caleb Williams because they got these upgrades at skill positions and they threw him in there thinking, okay, I think he would benefit from not playing this year. I really do.
Oh, absolutely.
I think he should not be playing right now.
Plus their line's all beat to hell too, right?
Yeah, and they just keep throwing him out there behind it. So what are you going to do? So that's the NFL roundup. We'll talk about next week's games in a minute. But Eric, I think he has some things for us over there. Let me find here it is.
I like beer cause it is good. I drink beer because I should. If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you bring. I drink beer when I am sad, cause the beer, it makes me glad. Now there's nothing left to say, so let's go drink beer. Beer is good! Beer is good! Beer is good!
Beer is good, right, Willie?
That's right. Damn it.
And it's November, so that means we're gonna drink some stouts.
Ooh, yes.
So November is stout month. So what I figured we'd do though is just do a little tasting, and we're gonna do a little bit of education as well. So I'm gonna put on my glasses here, Professor Bradley here. So I don't know if you know what a stout is. But a stout is actually a strong or stout porter. So now we're going to backtrack to what is a porter. Have you guys had a porter before? You drank a porter. Okay. So a porter is a well-hopped, dark beer, and it requires the use of brown malt. It started way, way, way back in the 1800s you sound like you're from London. So people started making porters, and then some of the porters became stronger or maltier than others. And so then this more robust version of the porter became the stout. In fact, when Guinness started and they started producing what we know as the Guinness Stout, it was originally called the Extra Superior Porter, and then it became called the Extra Stout. So a stout is a porter. So for the first sips we're going to take here, you should have your cups in a row here. You have a P for porter. Okay. So let's just take. I know you've had it before. This one, just to announce the breweries too.
Which letter?
P. P for porter. It should be in order.
Okay. P for
so
porter.
P for porter. This one is again friend of show, Founders Brewing. Just their traditional porter. It's like a 6.5%. It's I think one of the smoother porters I've ever had. Okay, so now
I likey.
It's smooth. It's not too strong.
Yep.
Okay, so now we'll go back to that version of what a stout is. Now we're talking stronger, more robust. So I really amped that up, and I went with Surly.
Okay.
Surly Darkness. This is one of the I'd say one of the OGs as far as these massive stouts in the craft world, the craft brewing world. So 2023 Imperial Stout by Surly out of Minneapolis area. This is a 12%er. So this is just a stout. It's not a barrel-aged stout. It's just a stout. So give that a whirl as my chair is falling. Here we go.
There you go.
Ooh, this has a
little boozy.
Yeah, I can tell.
A little bit.
But again, not a barrel-aged. This is just a stout.
Daddy likey.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Very, very good.
That's good too.
Yeah.
I enjoy that one.
That one has, and it's I think it's just more unusual than any stout I've ever had, where its flavor is so unique.
It is.
A lot of them taste the same when you're just talking about like a Guinness or something. And it's hard to get something this strong without it being aged in a barrel, right?
Right.
So now we move along into history and in craft brewing. At one point, it was Booker T. Noe was sitting next to the guy that was the head brewmaster of Goose Island. And they decided on this idea of taking a stout, aging it in an oak barrel. So what I have in the third cup, Scott, you're going to love, is bourbon. A little bit of Maker's Mark bourbon. So you guys understand what bourbon is, right? You know, let's review what bourbon is, right? American made, 51% corn, aged in charred American oak barrels. It's whiskey, and it's bourbon. So Maker's Mark. Shoot it if you want. Taste it. Swirl it around.
Oh my God.
It's lovely. Lovely.
Good. Yeah, it's awesome.
Getting me ready for in the next few weeks. I'm doing the bourbon trail. And
Well,
I'm
that's
making,
right,
we're basically staying on Maker Mark's property.
Oh yeah. Nice.
But Scott, you'd like that with a night. That's a nice old fashioned or something.
Yeah,
Not like this.
Yeah.
On the rocks.
No.
No? Okay. So now this concept of the barrel aged stout arrives at, again, back to Surly. Same beer, darkness, but this is barrel aged darkness. This is a hard to get beer. It's kind of one of those, what do they call them? White elephants.
Yes.
So give that one a go.
Good. Where'd you find that one at?
Festival.
Festival. Yeah.
Yeah. It's getting easier. That used to be one that you'd have to wait in line for, though.
Oh, I like that. After the bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
I would have drank urine probably. No, it's good though.
Yeah.
I liked all the beers.
So do you get it between the two darknesses?
Absolutely.
That I mean, and to me, that's got a lot. That's really sweet.
Oh yeah.
Like the barrel.
The last one.
Yeah. The barrel brought out a lot of the sweetness. And this one just is calmer, but still very, very robust. And then you go back to this and it's just like drinking water then.
Right. So how many times did you have to practice that this last week?
I'd say the last
you got it down
15
pretty
years.
good. Yeah.
The last 15 years I've practiced for this moment.
Okay.
Yeah, it's led me up to this moment. So it's like Dan Campbell putting in his dues and, as a player and then now he's got his moment, right?
Well, if the student can grade the teacher, then I give you an A+.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
all right. So
Scott,
now
what do you give him?
I thought it was very good.
Yeah. So
the whole presentation.
What do you prefer as a beer drinker?
I like the porter. Actually, I like the porter and the boob. The
boob. Yeah.
Whatever it was. What's the B?
The B.
The barrel aged.
Barrel aged.
Yeah.
The stout was good. But I'm gonna go porter than this one. This is good.
Yeah. As a beer enthusiast, this is one you crack open a bottle and you sit by the fire. You drink it by yourself. These two are for sharing.
Right.
I've gotten to that point because I've opened these before and drank them by myself, and I'm like, you get to the bottom and you're like, that's a bit much.
You shouldn't be drinking them by yourself.
Yeah, you share that.
You're a
These
raging
are beers-
alcoholic.
These are beers they share. Not to mention, this is like $15.
Someone want my bourbon?
Yeah, I'll take it.
And, is it a problem if you just leave them in the can and drink them with a straw? Is that a problem?
Hey, you know what? I'm not that much of a beer snob that hey, whatever works for you, really. Right. People say, well, you got to drink this one in a certain glass. Yeah. I mean, I like that a little bit. I like those kind of that style of tulip glass because the aroma kind of sets in. But no, good stuff. Good fireplace beers.
Oh heck yeah.
Yeah, the last couple, especially when you're out there cutting the grass and sawing down tree limbs and stuff like that. I'll just start throwing in wood in my fireplace out there and then sit out there for an hour or whatever. It's kind of as I'm grilling some steaks. So,
and thinking about where you're going to put your Christmas lights at.
Yeah, gosh, Christmas. I'm not thinking about Christmas lights yet.
You're not
No.
With this mild weather.
I know.
I'm putting some stuff up Saturday probably.
I traditionally do it the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Too late this year though.
It is Thanksgiving is late.
December 1st is like Sunday.
It's that
Sunday sure is.
So
still it's a tradition that I just stick to.
A tradition like no other.
There's Thanksgiving, then Black Friday we've started going back to we go to Chicago now again. It was nice doing that little Masons thing we did for a bit, but now it's family in Chicago, and then Saturday for me is putting up the lights and sitting by the fire and
sobering up and putting up lights.
No, I don't know if I'm sobering up. I said I was sitting by the fire.
Okay,
so I'm drinking these.
You got a cocktail with like
I got a Surly in my hand.
A Surly or a porter that you can pound.
Let's go through them again. Let's just one at a time. Porter.
The porter.
Base stout.
You know what? The stout was good though too. I shouldn't give it. You know what? I would drink any of these by air fire.
You wouldn't, or you would?
I would.
Yep.
Nope.
Bourbon.
I'll go right to the barrel age.
We have to wait for us.
No, I don't. I'm gonna double hit the barrel age.
Barrel aged.
Who made the barrel age again?
They are both by Surly.
Surly. Okay.
Both named of the same namesake.
I'm a
Darkness. See the artwork there?
Yeah.
And then Barrel Age Darkness.
Is there Surly Brewing in Chicago?
Nope.
No,
Minnesota.
they are Minneapolis.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Hopwood.
We first time I had
It's a big
Surly was
two-story. They have a patio or a balcony beer garden on the
Yep.
second floor.
It's like a big new building. It's like a weird in the middle. It's like in the middle of like nowhere, kind of.
Yeah.
Just off a little highway.
That's how a lot of them are.
Yeah.
That's how Central Waters is in
Central
Amherst.
Waters, oh yeah.
In the middle of nowhere.
The thing about Surly is the first time I ever had Surly, I believe, was at Shenanigans and SOS. We were on a Friday night. For some reason, I was there, and Kevin was working, good friend of the show,
Yeah.
and it was like $3. What do you call these beers?
Craft beers.
Yeah, $3 craft beers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, let me try Surly. Yeah, it was, and it wasn't like one of these. It was a normal, like one of their whatever beers.
Their IPAs can bite your tongue off.
And it wasn't an IPA. It wasn't an IPA. It was someone's, but I liked it a lot. Maybe it was one of these.
They're well known for their IPAs, and they have a lot of bite.
Yes.
The best one they did, I haven't seen it in a while, was called Todd the Axeman.
I remember that.
And it was just a big, strong, hazy, a lot of bite.
Todd, why is the carpet wet?
I don't know, Margot.
Hey, you know, it was on I forget what channel it was on, but they kept showing it in succession. Was Christmas Vacation last night, and the first sighting of Elf was on as well.
Okay.
I just got a thing from Jace, not to interrupt, but it's a good story. Rory and Scotty Scheffler versus Brooks Koepka and Bryson DeChambeau.
Oh, I'm all in. Where's it going to be?
December 17th at Shadow Creek.
Oh, God. Can you
Each
imagine
player will
going?
see $4 million for playing. Match will be 18 holes. It'll be called the Showdown and different from the match, live on TNT.
Oh, cool.
Is that Shadow Creek and
that's Nevada, right?
Right, and the lights.
Yeah, they might be. It's probably got to be.
I think like part of the course has lights, like the closing holes or something, like or the back nine or something.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool.
That's cool.
Did you see that other thing coming up with all the like the stars?
Yeah, it's a huge.
It's kind of cool. Yeah. That's kind of cool. It's coming up in a few
because I thought
weeks.
that was gonna be the match.
No, well, it might be there, but it's like all stars, no golfers.
It's kind of bringing back
like
the
Mark
concept
Wahlberg
of,
and all that.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
And they used to do that.
Superstars.
Yeah, the super like the Bob Hope stuff back in the day.
Oh,
They
the pro-ams.
Yeah, but even they would have big celebrity stuff on TV.
Well, like
Wild World of Sports,
like Battle of the Network Stars.
Yeah, like that.
Yes.
Suzanne Summers and Joyce DeWitt in the pool.
What was her name?
Heather Locklear.
Kathy Lee Crosby.
Yeah, Kathy Lee Crosby. That's incredible.
Yes, you're correct.
Fran Tarkington and John Davidson.
John Davidson. That's right. Is that Monday night?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Hop said it was probably a Furious IPA or West Coast PA. Would be the
Furious.
Surly.
Yes.
Furious
I remember the Furious. Yeah.
Furious was their big one.
That's
back
the
in the
bitey
day.
one, isn't it?
Yeah, but then Todd the Axeman took it to a different level, like that, and that was a real rare one.
Why is the carpet wet, Todd?
I feel like we did this before.
Do it again.
I don't know, Margot.
Perfect. I don't know. I blacked out.
What happened? I blacked out. So yes, that was an extended the beer of the month, I guess.
No, it was good. I enjoyed it. No, it was good. Yeah.
And it leads us into maybe we do when I get back from the bourbon trail, maybe we do a bourbon night for Scott.
No, I'm out. You guys can do it. We'll watch. That's always entertaining.
And then, we'll just tie it in with some holiday cocktails. We'll make a
bourbon cocktail.
Oh yeah, like a good Manhattan or something.
No, I want. Are you nuts? Jesus, bring Tony over with Manhattan.
You haven't had a good Manhattan. I think that's probably.
I don't think I've ever had a Manhattan.
You know, when you go to Scotty's, you can order one. She makes a mean in Manhattan.
I don't want to.
I keep going through this like.
I'm more of a Kenosha, not a Manhattan.
Like you said, the practicing. Like trying to just make the best old fashioned you could possibly make.
All the different types of bitters you can use.
I think you just keep it simple.
Kiss.
Simple the better.
Boozier.
Yeah. Just keep it just down to the basics, right?
Yeah.
Muddle the fruit, but then strain it through the strainer.
Right.
You know.
So it's
but no, and just that one. I got that. Just that mold for it's a golf ball shaped ice cube. Just one big fat ice cube.
That's the best thing to do, though.
Yeah.
One ice cube, you can do it.
And no soda.
I'm gonna make a bunch of those I'm gonna make a bunch of cubes like that, I think, and start doing it for New Year's Eve.
Penis cubes?
For New Year's Eve.
You should. Do
round or square cubes.
Or just like a sack.
You can even put them in plastic cups. It still works out
nice. You can
nice.
buy these cubes at Benny's.
Oh, you can buy them?
You can buy them, yeah.
Frozen already?
Yep.
Oh, have you picked up some
you
bags
can buy them
then?
frozen.
Yeah.
Because I'll do it, even if we make drinks in plastic cups, still better put it in there.
Yeah.
It's better for the drink because
it is.
The cubes I got down here are cool and all that, but they suck for drinks because they water down too.
But
fast.
that's good for your like summer cocktails.
Yeah,
something you're just.
And it's
but
not bad.
If you want a boozy cocktail, just those molds of like a big block or
'Cause
whatever.
I might do old fashioned again for New Year's Eve. It was
It
fun. And I got a full bar again.
Okay.
I made old fashioned. They were pretty good a couple years
Yeah,
when I made them.
absolutely.
I took the Swedes idea, a little orange juice, a little cherry juice, a little squirt.
There you go. There's so many ways to make old fashioned. That's what I love about
And
it.
Willie brought me a bunch of different bitters, right? You brought those on, right?
Yep.
Did I tell you? I almost went off on the guy, but I stopped myself. But I'm in Oconomowoc, a work event, and we had dinner, and then a bunch of us went to the bar and had some cocktails or whatever. And it was a very nice. I can't remember the name of the place, but very nice place. I mean, everything. They had extensive bourbon. They had Blanton's. I drank Blanton's that night. So they really had it all done, and they had your little card, and here's the cocktails we make, blah blah blah. And we drank some of the signature drinks, and I'm like, you know what? I just want to. He's like, well, what would you like? I'm like, I just want a traditional bourbon, classic old fashioned. And he goes, and this, I almost punched the guy. He goes, well, no, old fashioned's made with brandy. Bourbon, that's a Manhattan. And I almost wanted to strangle. I'm like, you have a bartending license? Are you kidding me? That is the most. It's called an old fashioned. Is the oldest.
That's the original, the bourbon old fashioned, right?
And it was originally made with whiskey, with bourbon.
Whenever I've drank in old fashioned, we'll go out to dinner somewhere nice or something. I'll have to get one just to try.
Yeah,
it's always bourbon.
Yeah, it is.
90% of the time,
that's the truth.
bourbon.
Well, what we've done here is we've created the Wisconsin old fashioned, and I love them. I love them. I'll drink them all day long.
Yep. Well, I was naive when I was at Wolfgang Puck's. We went there for dinner when we were in Disney, and I was naive because I didn't really think about it. And I'm like, oh, I'll take an old fashioned. Got that thing? It was like,
yep.
Whoa!
Exactly.
It made me warm.
It's exactly what happened. We're in Disney, and we're up on the top of the world rooftop, and it's a nice little swanky lounge. And my mother-in-law orders swanky.
Oh,
she orders an old fashioned, and we're just sitting there like relaxing, and same thing. She goes, we looked over at her. She goes, whew. And I go, oh, what's wrong with Mayor? And I go, what's in that drink? She goes, I just ordered an old fashioned. I go, yeah, you got you got a real old fashioned. You didn't get your traditional
supper club
growing up in Kenosha old fashioned. You got a real thing. But yeah, I mean, there's so many ways to make them. I'm happy usually.
Yeah, Hop wrote that, but brandy is like a Wisconsin thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's why bourbon's so popular all over. And even I've seen whiskey ones, but you can find brandy anywhere.
Yeah.
Like I know Mark, friend of the show, Jankowski, is a big he's a Corbel guy.
Corbel, yeah.
And like you go places, they don't have it a lot of places.
Yeah,
out of the state.
Most of the brandy,
yeah.
No. Most of the brandy I heard is drank in the states of Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah. Up north.
Up north
there. Up north there.
Up north there.
Yeah. A little bit in the UP.
Yeah.
The Yoopers.
The Yoopers. So let's talk about the Bucks.
I feel really warm right now. Now I'm ready to talk about the fucking Bucks. Let's go.
Tongue loose.
The Bucks are wow. They just. I don't know what to say about them. Seriously, I think that they're on like you said, the cleaning house thing. Giannis at 30. I mean, my follower pointed this out, and it's people I can't remember who was there, but agreed with him. It was a weird thing. I think Tim was there, and he's a big Bucks fan, and he said Giannis just don't have that jump anymore at the basket. It's weird, and sometimes, but it's not as aggressive anymore. And the problem with that is that he can't shoot.
Yeah,
without having the jump, he's not a shooter, and I think he may be that tradable asset at this point. I mean, because he's going to be able. He needs to go to Oklahoma. You need to get some first round picks. They have no first round picks in the last 4 years.
Yeah,
not till 31. I think someone said. Their first round.
Yeah, they mortgaged their future. I mean, they went all in with who they had.
And even if you trade Lillard and Giannis, it's going to suck, and you're going to have to hope to hit on somebody. But there's not. They're. I mean, and it's not. The problem is, it's nothing to do with Lillard and Giannis, really. It's not to do with them at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's the supporting cast has got awful.
Yeah, that's what I was just.
Yeah,
Lopez right now is abysmal.
But remember, like 2 years ago on this show, I said this, and I think we all agreed. The year they lost Toronto and then they won it, whatever, that area, that time, 2020, 21, 2019, that time, their bench was good enough to be a play-in team or a seed without Giannis.
Yeah.
They were good enough to be, Middleton, and they were good enough. Their bench would be lucky to win 3 games now if they were a team.
What happened? Some of those guys are still on the team, and they just got old,
and they're not as good. Did they get complacent? I mean, but like Connaughton's became not a very good player. They got rid of the wrong guy. DiVincenzo still be on the team.
Right.
Yeah.
And now he kind of got pushed away too now. Lillard's out tomorrow. Concussion protocol just came up with my thing. So can't remember how to shoot. No, thing is, him and Giannis, after that, he had a bad game, but him and Giannis have been playing, scoring points. You
got to have
everybody. You can't just score 70 between two guys and score 100
I'm
as a
not
team.
saying you need to have 12 guys that can score, but you need to have 4. We don't have that.
No.
Like Portis, he'll have 15 or 20 one night, and the next night he'll have 6. And again, it's asking a lot to have Portis be your third guy because he's not a third guy. I don't think he'd be. I mean, pick the worst team in the NBA, then he could be a third guy on that.
I think that, and unfortunately, I'm not a fan of Middleton. He's done his job. He's fine, but that was I said this the other day, and I'm going to stick by it. The end of this team, the demise was the extended contract to Chris Middleton. And because
the 2 years ago,
because we knew he had knee problems. Everybody knew he had knee problems. You and me knew he had knee problems, and we're not doctors.
Yeah.
And they signed this guy to a contract that's close to tied with Lillard on the team as money. I mean,
it's ridiculous.
That's what ended them. If they got rid of him there, and for that money, they could have got a third piece that could be playing right now. And that's the problem. They don't have that third piece. Middleton healthy, 100%. They probably are 500 right now, and I'll give Middleton that credit.
Yeah.
But without Middleton on the court, they are terrible.
But what is Middleton going to be now coming back again from another injury?
At least scoring wise, it gives him a bit of an option, but defensively, he's not going to help him.
Who are the tradable assets to take Giannis out?
Well, Lillard would be, but I mean, what will you get for Lillard? You have to, for anybody you trade at this point, front line guys. You said no Giannis, but if you try Giannis, it's got to be a bunch of first round picks. Yeah. If it's Lillard, it's got to be a couple first round picks. You have to get first round picks and trade for this guy because you're going to be this sounds crazy to say. It's a long year. Their schedule is very favorable in the next 2 months, or I'm sorry, 2 weeks. Yeah. They get back to 500 or be close. But if they trade, but if they do that, does that make them better? Oh, great, we're 500 now. Does that make them a playoff team or they're a playing team right now if they're lucky? And I know it's early.
Yeah.
But the big thing with them is that they've just regressed so much in like such a little time. And it's crazy. We very rarely do as fans, we know what we think about our teams. But everybody here agreed they were old last year. We could see they're old.
Where I saw them as old last year was on the defensive end. Like they were just slow to get to the ball. Like I went to a game. Well, it was probably with you. They played. So John Morant was not what was John Morant's team? Memphis. They played Memphis, and Memphis had nobody. You'd never heard of a single guy that on their starting lineup that night. But they were all young players. They were all very active hands, active feet on the defensive end, and they beat us, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we still moved around offensively, blah, 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 but defensively we couldn't keep up with it. It was one of those like 136 to 132 kind of games. And I noticed that all season that they were very slow to get to the shooter, to get to, I mean, we've seen this for years, but just especially slow defensively. And now this year they seem like they're slow offensively as well. And so you have both things going on. Mm-hmm. Those same guys. Lopez, I can't watch him play anymore. I can't. I would want to watch him play for another team. I'm sorry. And I don't know if he's got any value anymore.
He was like that last year.
I don't think he has any value anymore.
No, that's the problem. You're going to have to trade him.
At least last year you got him hitting threes and you got him blocking shots. This year, look, I read his stat lines.
Yeah.
There's a lot of single digits in his stat lines this year. It's ridiculous.
So you guys are telling me that Bucks don't have a first round draft pick next year?
I don't think till 31. Someone told me.
So they can't even be in the
lottery.
Cooper Flag.
No, they can't.
Sweepstakes.
Yeah. No, even if they were a tank and straight everybody, they're going to only get first round picks from like a team like Oklahoma City and stuff in Miami maybe, and they're not going to be in the lottery.
Yeah, they'd have to trade
most likely.
Yeah, they want.
Do you think? I can't think of. I don't know. Brooklyn. Let's say Brooklyn. I don't know. The worst 5 teams in the NBA are going to trade for Giannis? No, because they don't want Giannis.
Yeah, it's not.
They want Cooper Flag now.
Yeah.
Because he's young.
Yeah, Giannis is going to be 30.
Cooper Flag and that other kid, Kai
on Duke.
Yeah, the Wisconsin recruit.
Knuppel.
Yeah, Knuppel. Yeah. Another guy.
Yeah,
They're not going to
that
get.
was fun watching their first game.
They
Both
are.
those guys
They have to trade guys to clear money to get younger free agents. That's what they have to do.
Yeah, they're in a hole.
And who are they going to get? What team is going to let you? And they're going to have to. And to
The
get
teams
young,
will let you fleece
and
them.
to get young free agents nowadays, you have to sign and trade. They have nothing to trade. Who's going to sign and trade? Let's just say Alexander Shea or whatever is from Oklahoma City was a free agent. What would they want? Would they really take Giannis from you for Shea? I would do that trade right now because you have to.
Yeah,
but they're not going to.
But
do
what's
it.
that do anyway? What does that do for
well,
the
at least you
Bucks?
get you a young guy and maybe a first rounder. But
Oh,
what does
man.
that do for Oklahoma City? Gives you Giannis, but you need Shea still to win. You want Shea still.
Yeah.
All these teams, it's great. You're not going to get.
There's
They have
real-
no value. They have nothing to trade to get guys in a sign and trade. They have nothing. They have to get free agents.
We're gonna have to run it out. Like in a way, it's you're gonna kind of have to run it out the next few years.
I mean, maybe they get lucky and trade Lopez or somebody. Maybe a team that just wants to get their money and
Well-
they get maybe a couple good bench. Just get a good team around
But
them.
again, who's going to trade? The teams that are going to trade for Lopez or Middleton or Lillard or whoever are going to be teams that are already stacked that just want an extra little boost, an extra veteran player. That's why Middleton might have some value if there's a team that's like, you know what, I could bring him off the bench and he could still get me some buckets.
If you want to compete,
But what are you going to get back? What are you going to get back from the Mavericks or the Suns or some team like that? You're going to maybe you get their picks, but their picks are going to be
maybe Doncic could get back. Jeez. But you know what? I honestly, if you're gonna have to write this out, you have to keep Lillard and Giannis. You have to keep them both.
so. Let's just, I mean that, and that's
then
where
trade
they're at.
trade anything around them.
They bought the farm basically. They bought the bed that they got to sleep in now for the next 3 years.
And I'll admit, I was all for the Lillard trade. And this is not a knock on Lillard, but getting Drew Holiday, get rid of Drew Holiday was the biggest big thing.
That was the
kiss
of death there.
He was your defensive spark.
He was the guy who played defense. If they could have kept him and got Lillard, they'd be a totally different team right this minute.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate that this is how this went because it was a team. And this is a sign of bad management too. I mean, this is a sign of bad. And we thought they were 3 years ago. They were probably winning GM of the Year awards and stuff. The way we're putting teams together. Now
but again,
they don't force. NBA is so much different than football and baseball. All three major sports are so different.
Yeah.
How you run a team. You can sign a bunch of free agent in baseball and win.
Yeah.
Football doesn't work, and basketball you can't because it's weird money stuff.
Yeah. They sold their soul to the devil, and it worked. We got a championship.
Yeah.
We should have taken advantage of. They should have a couple.
Well,
in my mind, it's like the Favre Packers.
They should have
had a couple.
They should have got deeper. The Toronto year, they should have beat Toronto and got to the finals.
Yeah.
That was the biggest letdown, I think, of for a Bucks fan. That was the biggest letdown, I think, in the last 50 years was that. They won it after that, but
that was the year that
the odd thing is
they won 60 games.
They might have been a better team that year than the year they won it.
They were.
Yeah.
That's a crazy thing. They were
absolutely
good.
were.
They just shit the bed.
Yeah.
Because Budenholzer, I don't know what his deal with Mirotic was. They got rid of him. They benched him and he played the rest of the series, and he was their best offensive player at that point, or one of their best in the series. They got rid of him. Budenholzer was a good coach. They got rid of him, which I was always against getting rid of Budenholzer. I love Budenholzer.
Yeah.
And then Brown, the young guy, which everybody's like, okay, wrong pick because you need to get a veteran coach for a veteran team. You don't have to retread it, but get a guy that's been around and coached somewhere.
Yeah.
Adrian Griffin comes in, and now Adrian Griffin is laughing because he has a better record than Doc Rivers as a head coach.
Well, I was watching
for the Bucks.
The other night I was watching the Mavericks Suns, and it just kind of dawned on me a little bit into the game. I'm like, oh, those are two ex-coaches, Kidd and Budenholzer, and two successful programs. Look at the Suns right now.
Yeah.
I mean that, and maybe the Suns were the Bucks the last couple of years, and now they've figured it out because it's Suns are.
Budenholzer is very underrated.
Yeah,
he was a good coach for the Bucks. He got it. I'm glad he got a title there, and I was never against Budenholzer. But like I said, I'll admit totally that I wanted to keep Holiday, but I was fine with getting Lillard. And it's isn't a knock on Lillard, but
yeah,
you the NBA is you have to play defense, and it's
he's
a
better player, but it's you lost a lot with giving up Holiday.
They're totally different players, which you need both of them. It's almost weird. You could use both of them, and you got rid of. I just didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, if they had both of them, that
and Drew Holiday liked Milwaukee.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they were.
And Lillard, I think Lillard struggled with Milwaukee his first year. I think he's fine with it now because he has no choice. But I still think he's not a big fan. And it's not a problem. I don't care about that. You don't have to like where you you go to work because he's still an NBA player. He's still going out there and scoring points. But for a guy not to like the city is different from a guy that likes the city. I think Giannis likes the city. I think I like Holiday liked the city a lot. His wife had words for the organization when they got rid of him, complained about it. And Ed always says, well, I have no problem with my wife stepping out and saying stuff like that. Yeah. If I were to get traded from a team, I mean, I don't want you picking fights with other players or anything, but if you want to say we love the city and it was a bunch of, I'm upset that we had to leave, I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
And it's nice to show that someone actually, because remember, Malcolm Brogdon left Milwaukee. It's the most racist city in the world, and he went to Boston.
the melting pot.
What? Boston?
The frying pan.
Boston's terrible. Boston's like a bad city, I heard.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
So you go from Milwaukee and say they're a racist city, and then you go to end up in Boston because, well, I ended up there. I don't, like I said, I don't. Only thing I watch sports, any players for overall is entertainment value.
Yeah.
But back to the Bucks. It's just it's sad because
let's see where they're at in a month. I mean, like you said, it's a long season, but what you're saying about can they get at this point? Can they get to the play-in? Can they get to the play-in spots?
Yeah, I mean, this is and you know what? And you know what?
There's my rooting interest right now. Get the Bucks to the 6 to 10.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe they win some games here. They get on track and they start winning again because they haven't played bad. I mean, Cleveland, they went to the final seconds of both times and should have beat them. Yeah. They could have beat them. Boston the other night, they had a big lead on them and lost and only lost. So those are two teams right now people argue might be 1, 2, 3. Boston for sure is probably the best team. And Cleveland's probably in the top 3.
Look at the standings. If you look at the standings, Cleveland's 11-0, I believe.
I didn't know you knew all this stuff. I thought you didn't have cable.
Well, I know the standings because I could look on my phone.
He follows good teams.
The Celtics are 9-2, but then the third place team is 500.
Yeah,
that's the Knicks. The Knicks are 5-5.
It's not over.
Pacers are 5-5. So it's funny you look at this in the Eastern. They have 2 teams that are above 500.
Yeah,
or no,
so it's
500 above. They have 3 teams. Sorry. And then in the West, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 teams that are 500 or above.
Yeah. There's some good teams.
I mean, there's time left. It's a long.
Oh, yeah. It's
9 games
season.
out of 80 or 82?
80 or 10 games out of 82.
Yeah, 10 out of 82 they're at. I mean,
to go back to it, Willie, I've been watching other NBA games. Because they're on my TV.
On ESPN.
On ESPN or
TNT. Or TNT,
yeah.
You don't get the FanDuel network anymore?
Yeah. No, and it's what is that? That's Bally? What Bally's was?
Bally moved to FanDuel, it's called now. I get it.
I
didn't know I was watching a Bucks game one night. It said FanDuel.
Was it the same channel?
Same concept, same announcers, everything. Just said FanDuel on the screen on the bottom.
Have you gone this year?
No, but I have a call tomorrow with my ticket rep because when I got tickets,
yeah, he said
it was on Monday, Wednesdays, and he told me, "Oh, just try selling them." And I wrote today, I go, "How am I going to sell these things? They're terrible."
Yeah, I saw you trying to sell the Rockets.
Yeah, and I said, and that's how much tickets are, 181.
For 181.
Yeah, that's how much. That's face value.
Now, if that was the Celtics, then maybe.
So I emailed and I said, "I want to talk to a manager." Well, I go, "No, I already asked you, and I got a call tomorrow with a lady. And I said, I'm telling her straight, and I told her in an email, I'll never buy Bucks tickets again if I don't get this fixed.
Yeah,
never. And I'll make sure everybody I know knows what happened.
Yeah,
because I didn't get a choice of my tickets. I'd be fine if there was
screwed up.
No, I'd be fine if I had to take a Monday here and a Wednesday here.
That's part of the deal.
I used to have 3 or 4 Saturday night games, and the only Saturday night game is when we're at the Detroit game.
Oh, is that right?
I can't even go to the game. So it's even worse. We would call a win.
You should. I mean, and again, do it now while they're 2-7.
Yeah, I'm going to say
because they have to feel threatened right now about putting butts in the seats.
I don't care if I get different seats or seats that aren't as close and they're whatever. That's fine. I don't go upper deck. Keep me low, last row. I don't care. Just keep me. But don't. I mean, this is crappy because I have one Saturday and that's it, and a bunch of Sunday afternoon games, like 3.
Yeah, they got to know,
which are in February, which are fine. I'm fine with those. I'll go to those. But I'll find guys to go. But Saturday night games are nice because you got guys go see the game. Go get a cocktail before. Stop on the way Bernhardt's on the way home.
I'd rather go watch a game at Bernhardt's at this point.
They don't have TVs.
No TVs.
Well, we can watch on our phones.
Yeah,
and we'll just have a good time there.
Yeah, but I mean,
you can watch drunk people play pool.
Yes,
but Mondays and Wednesdays. Wednesdays I can. I don't want to skip a bowling night. And Mondays we do the show, but that's not even a big deal. But Monday game, that sounds fun.
No.
On
Mondays you're kind of like,
so weekend's over. Want to kick back? We do this, but we don't. We relax and have a good time.
Yeah.
We could drive home. You'll be home by
unless you have a bunch of barrel-aged beers in front of you. That's a different story.
And a bourbon.
Or no, the milk. What was that milk thing?
Milk stout. Oh, milk. Tito's milk.
Yes, Tito's.
Yeah, when was that?
Bernhardt's. It was that.
Oh yeah, the Tito's milk.
It was good. That stuff was good.
Yeah. That's a great place, man. That is just.
So hopefully I'll get it fixed and we'll get to go to some games. But
yeah, they have to feel threatened right now because what Milwaukee's fair weather. Those are fair weather fans of Milwaukee.
She gave me a
They'll
call.
turn on you quick.
She gave me a call, so at least that's good. I mean, I'm not gonna, but I didn't get a choice.
Right.
I didn't get usually I get to look at packages and I emailed the guy like a month before. I'm like, I haven't got my tickets yet. What's going on? When do I choose? Oh, you'll get them, blah, blah. Okay. And then all of a sudden I got an email. Oh, your tickets are in. And I looked at the tickets. I'm like, they're in my account. And I'm like, what are these? And I think I have I don't know for sure, but I think I have Golden State. That's all I have or I might have another, but I don't have like a Laker game, which Lakers I don't care about, but I don't know if I have a Dallas game. Maybe I do. I don't have like one or two at least.
A marquee kind
like a team you want to see.
Right.
And I don't know. It's just the days are terrible. You know what? I'd rather see all crappy teams on good days than good teams on crappy days.
Pistons game at least?
I don't think I did.
That's a marquee matchup right there.
Well, I'll take a Pistons on a Saturday or
on a Saturday.
I have no Friday night games.
Friday night
games are my favorite games.
Yeah,
because then you go out leave from work, you go there.
You got two more days.
You got the whole weekend to kick it back or whatever. And if you want to watch college football the next day, you can. And so whatever. So whatever. That's my bitch for the day.
Is it your rant?
Yeah.
Scott's rant.
That's a lot of.
You have to have you have to come up with a thing with Scott's rant.
I had it from the end of the bench. I used to do that all the time. I don't do it anymore.
I like Scott's rant.
I have one at the end of the show tonight. I have one for you.
Yeah,
I got one.
A rant or an end of the bench?
End of the bench. I got a rant in my head.
We should do a throwback show where we took all the same topics we had like in the first year and just. Where are they now?
Top players.
Where we used to play hide the pickle?
0.
Yeah, that
90 through
jersey,
99.
Jersey numbers. We'll review
the Last Dance.
The Last Dance.
That was awesome. Did you watch Yellowstone? Anybody?
Last night.
Did you watch the first one? The new season.
Careful.
Well, I just
careful.
No, I'm not gonna say anything. No.
So I've never watched any of them. So did you watch it?
Well, so so Saturday night I watched about 5 episodes. I'm in season 4.
Okay, yeah, I won't say.
So I watched about 5 episodes. I stayed. I looked at all of a sudden I looked at my phone. I'm like, holy shit, it's 1:30. I haven't stayed up to 1:30 since I was, a couple weeks ago. But still, I went from going downstairs. I'm like, I'm gonna go downstairs and watch some TV. It was like 7, and then all of a sudden I look at my phone. It's 1:30. So yeah, I'm kind of in the middle of season. No, I'm in the middle of season 4. I started with the last episode of season 3.
Can I give you one spoiler?
Hopefully, it's not about Beth.
No, it's not. So you know how Kevin Costner and him are going at it? Well, they wrote him out. So that's all.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's so was
Costner's out.
They wrote him out. You'll have to get to that season and whatever. It's season 5, second half. So you're almost there.
Oh, okay. But what are you in? Right? What is this?
I'm in season 5, episode 9.
Is this 9, is the latest?
9 again.
This is the latest season.
Yep.
New season. It's the last.
It's supposed to be this last 10 episodes or 8 episodes or whatever.
5 is so. There's 5.
There's 2 halves to season 5. The first 8, but you'll be able to watch them all now because you're caught up. So by the time you catch up, you might catch up with the whole season.
Probably because I'm kind of watching it.
But it's a shame that I don't know. It's weird, but whatever. But it's weird.
Ooh, speaking of shows, did The Bookie come back?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
But when it does, we can watch it.
Yeah,
it's a great show.
Yeah. What else you watching now that Willie's?
Shrinking's back on.
Okay, I want to watch that.
Start watching that again. I'm gonna start watching. What's the show with Billy Bob Thornton on? Something. It's Land something or Law Land or
lawyer?
No, Land Law Land. I don't know what it's called. Looks like a good one. It looks like a pretty good show too. Might start watching that. It's gonna be on Paramount. Starting next Sunday, I think.
Yeah.
Have you watched any of the Sly Stallone on Paramount?
No, I want Tulsa King.
Yeah,
heard that's pretty good.
I keep seeing a lot of, as you flip through social media, a lot of memes.
We gotta catch up to Cobra Kai. We didn't watch the season that started this year.
This is how far behind I am in life. So I'm on season 8 of Modern Family. What? You never seen Modern Family? So I'm season 8, Scott. Did you guys watch Schitt's Creek?
Yeah, watch that.
Okay, I'm just in this first season.
I never watched that.
I love it. I started that the same night.
What's better, that or Modern Family?
I love Modern Family. It's to me.
Who's your favorite character
on Modern Family?
Oh, Phil.
God, Phil is Phil and Cam probably.
Cam's awesome
and
too.
Jay. I mean, how do you go wrong with Jay?
Yeah.
And it's just funny watching these kids grow up too, and then they start to become like people say that Lily's the greatest villain of all time.
Yeah.
Like just, and then all of a sudden the young Joe all of a sudden, the first time that he's, you know how they do the thing and they gets in front of the camera, he gets all of a sudden he's like telling a story. Like I'm like, what's this fucking Joe? He was a baby. It's hilarious.
Where did he learn to talk?
Yeah. So yeah, season 8. I couldn't even tell you where I'm at. I mean, it's
you still watching it or watched it?
I that's my like lunchtime. Like if I'm working at home and I eat lunch, I flip that on and watch an episode or two. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Hop said Schitt's Creek was awesome, but started slow.
It was a slow start.
Yeah, the first few episodes.
I mean,
how many
Breaking
seasons?
Bad was a slow start.
How many seasons is Schitt's Creek? It's done, right?
Well, they all kind of runs together.
A river runs through it. How many seasons?
I can't remember.
A few? I don't think it was on very long, was it?
Probably a deuce worth.
Ask Hop. A deuce. you didn't watch it. You have no idea. Do you have any idea what it's about?
No. 6, Hop said.
6
Wow. Episodes, Hop said.
Yep.
Yeah. Good show.
Yeah.
Poops Creek.
What else am I watching?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I want to watch that new Billy Bob Thornton one. I can't remember the name. And I'm trying to think what else. I got to watch ones I've still got to finish up. But Shrinking's back on.
Yeah. Yes.
Did you watch it? The new one? Yeah, it's pretty good.
Did you guys like Napoleon Dynamite?
The movie?
I've never seen it.
It was okay. It wasn't as good as people. I mean, I think it has more. I think people like it because it's more quotable moments than the movie itself. Like Dumb and Dumber is the same thing, but Dumb and Dumber is actually funny. Where there was moments in Napoleon Dynamite just kind of but I still think it's comical.
So you saw when you're down at when you're in New Buffalo, they're doing a screening of that with John Hayden.
Oh yeah.
And what was the Hispanic guy's name?
Vote for Pedro.
Vote for Pedro, whatever his name is, and they're going to do like a screening and have talk about
Q&A after
Q&A. And Macaulay Culkin's doing one for Home Alone
in Riverside or Pabst.
Did you see his Halloween
in Chicago?
I think he's doing it in Milwaukee too.
Is he really?
Yeah. Did you see his Halloween costume?
Yes, it was awesome.
With Joe Burrow.
That was great. That
was good.
Really
that
good.
might have won Halloween.
That is really good
Because it was very simple. Because he looks just like him.
Yeah. What's the scoop? Any insight on the Bear? Because I know they filmed season 4 the same time.
He hasn't come out. Yeah, I watched the last one. I thought the last one was okay. This season.
Everybody says that.
It was a little more artistic in my
and I didn't
very methodical.
Yes.
I watched it, but I didn't enjoy it. It reminded me of like the 3rd or 4th season of Sons of Anarchy.
Okay,
it kind of lost me for a minute. I'm like, okay, I'll keep watching, and it caught me back in next season. So.
And I think maybe that's what's happening there. I think season 4. I got high hopes for season 4. I think it's going to explode a little bit. I like the show.
One was great because it was just an explosion, and you were just like trying to.
2 was all about that episode with the 7 fishes.
Yes,
that was one of the best episodes of any drama I've ever seen.
Yeah,
but it was so good on character development, more so than what it was. It kind of delved in on each person and kind of give you a background and why they are the way they are, and then we found out at the end how it all came together as big minutia.
Yeah,
that's a good show. I didn't mind 3. I thought the same kind of thing was very deliberate, very slow, methodical. But I think it's building to something. But
I hope so.
We'll see.
I agree. Let me see what
more. What about the NFL thing? Those best ofs.
Let's do that real quick, and then we'll go to birthdays. Let's see here. So we this on the Benchwarmers, we saw some a few years ago. Actually, I think Jason this to me. And there's a little midseason report for teams. You got the best team, worst team, best player, best defender. We'll go through them all. Best we can. The best we can. I'm gonna skip best tight end because that's weird. Best receiver, we can do them. Whatever, that's fine. So let's go with the best team. The best team in the NFL right now is Eric.
I'm gonna say you got to dethrone the king, right? So I'd say the Chiefs.
Yep.
Are undefeated.
Willie?
I'm going with the Lions.
Okay.
Because it's the best they've ever been since 1956. So
You deserve this, Willie.
I'm going to go with it's tough for me. It's between those teams, and I got to go with the Chiefs just because they are who they are, and I really don't think Andy Reid gets enough credit. We always talk about best coaches sitting here, and we talk about, I'm a big Shanahan fan. We talk about McVay. We talk about LaFleur, Frenchie. We do talk about Campbell, and we talk about all these guys, but nobody ever says Andy Reid. And I think Andy Reid knows what he's doing, and I think it's insane he keeps coming back, because I'd have to retire after one of these and go, man, I can't keep doing this, I don't think. But as long as Mahomes there and he can do it, he's staying.
They're sculpting his profile right now in Canton.
Oh yeah,
I mean it's there. It's got to be.
Well, he's inching up. He's inching to the Mount Rushmore part of it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's tough. There's a lot of great coaches in the history of NFL.
Yeah,
but you got Belichick multiples. He's got multiples like going past 2. I mean, these are big numbers for coaches.
Not just Noel,
not just the fact that he's got 3 Super Bowls. He also was in a lot of NFC Championship games with the Eagles.
And we bring up guys like Noel,
and
the older guys, but Belichick and Reid, modern era, it's tough.
Oh yeah,
it's tough to be consistently good with the salary cap and guys jumping and leaving, and it's free agency helps you. It's tough. And
who's the last coach to go in the Hall of Fame that was like a big time, not like an afterthought, but a big time coach?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I mean, I'm just going to throw some names out because I have
Dungy went in. Right?
Dungy might be the last one.
Dungy,
but he was a good coach. But what did he win? One Super Bowl.
One Super Bowl.
I mean, good coach.
Well, then Gruden got a Super Bowl because of Dungy, or Dungy got a Super Bowl because
that was Dungy.
Gruden's not going in the Hall of Fame.
No, but I'm just saying
he
could
because
he took 2 teams to Super Bowl, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he took the Buccaneers that beat his old team,
right?
Bill Callahan and Raiders.
He went back to was it back-to-back years?
No, he only won once.
He had the Gannon.
I made a mistake.
He had Gannon,
but he didn't win.
Lost.
No, that was Gannon lost to the Buccaneers.
Oh,
that was Bill Callahan. It was his team, and he went to Tampa. So Bill Callahan inherited his team, I think. Willie,
is that what it was?
I think it was. Yeah. And Dungy came in after that, I believe.
I thought Tampa beat the Raiders.
I'm sorry, the Colts. No, Gruden took Dungy's job. Dungy won his at the Colts against the Bears.
Yeah.
That's when he actually could have won 2, but he got onside kick to start the second half. And the funny thing about that would never happen this day and age of the NFL.
I know it.
You can never win a surprise onside kick anymore.
Well, yeah, you have to call out.
It's so terrible because the New Orleans Saints might have not won a Super Bowl in this day and age.
They did it in the first half, didn't they?
Second half to kick off the second half, they ran out.
That's right.
But think about it.
Yeah.
Taking all these changing rules that actually you have to sit down as a rules committee and go, yeah, that rule kind of doing this. You could look at history and change it by just in your eyes and go, well, they wouldn't have probably won if they couldn't do that. So I think it's stupid the kickoff thing now. But anyway, that's a whole different story. Whatever. Go ahead.
It's all about injuries.
Right? They don't care.
No, they try to care. So where are we at? Worst team?
Yes, worst team.
I picked my pick was the Raiders. I don't. I just there's nothing there.
Mine is A Tale of Two New Yorks.
Both of them, huh? Just New York.
Well, except for Buffalo, but just Giants, Jets. They play at the same stadium, correct?
Yeah.
So.
East Rutherford.
I'm gonna do the homer pick. Never said that with this.
No,
but the way they're moving is the Bears. I really believe it.
Really?
There's so much dysfunction in that room, in that building right now. I think it's just they're bad, and I want to be surprised they ended up being the worst team in the NFL by the end of the year, and get a number 1 pick again and see what the fuck they do.
Just
with it
think about if they're
going to get a top 5 pick right now at this rate, if not better.
If there's so much thought to be put. I was talking to some kids at work; they're big Bears fans, and like, what had happened if Fields would have worked out there, and they still had a number 1 pick or something like that, and they could have traded it for more down the line? Because remember that was the talk last year.
Yeah, that was a rumor.
That was
I'm talking about Marvin Harrison,
but I think the Justin Fields talk is kind of overblown because it keeps coming up, and I'm on these Bear fan. There's not. You guys don't understand. He's not starting anymore on a team.
No, he's not.
He got benched after winning games because you know what? He wasn't doing good enough. Now, Russell Wilson. Here's the exact example, and it's a perfect example for people to look at. Same offense, different quarterback. That offense was way better. Russell Wilson running it.
Yeah, he threw 3 touchdowns.
Hands down. And that's the thing that nobody realizes that. He's fine for what he does, but it is what it is. I just think, I know what you're saying. I get it. But I just think that Williams, I'm fine with Caleb Williams. I just think that right now they're disservicing themselves by how they're doing everything, and they're making they're a joke.
All these former Bears quarterbacks have PTSD from their offensive coordinators, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're up there playing, and all of a sudden they have these moments going.
Jim Miller.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about Trubisky
Yeah.
and Fields,
Yeah.
with the bad coaching and the bad offensive coordinators.
But you want to see what happens when they leave, though. And Trubisky's
the same thing.
Yeah.
But I think they were scarred from the get-go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I will say this.
The damage was done.
When
I still think Hill was a better quarterback than those guys.
I hope so.
I think he's better.
He's had 2 rough weeks? Is that what we're talking about?
2.5. But it's
So
when you're getting
he's a
sacked.
rookie
He
quarterback.
got sacked 15 times in the last 2 weeks, and let's just say we put half on him. 7 sacks on him, but still 8's too many. I mean, you can't get sacked 15 times 2 weeks and win games. Yeah. And they haven't allowed. I think we talked about this earlier. I don't know if I said to Willie. They haven't turned the ball over in 2 weeks. The Bears lost both those games. Haven't turned, and games weren't close.
What was the week before?
29-9
to who?
At Arizona.
Oh yeah, okay.
So they scored 12 points in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. So
all field goals, correct?
Back to worst team. I'll say the Bears because I think they're trending that way.
Okay.
I wouldn't have said them last week. I would have said somebody else, but now after this, I don't know. I think they're trending that way, and unfortunately, that's how it is. I don't know. Eric, best player in the NFL right now. Not even MVP, but who's the best player? Who would you want on your team right now that could not even? Well, I shouldn't say that because you may not want him. But who would you take? Who's the best player in the NFL?
The best player in the NFL is Derrick Henry.
Okay. Willie,
I'm gonna take the guy that's on his team, Lamar, because he can affect it in a couple different ways.
Yeah.
Where Derrick can only, if you give him the ball, he can affect it. That's
I'm gonna go with Mahomes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think Mahomes, there's nobody close to him right now. I don't think anybody does anything. I know he hasn't had great games, but he makes plays when he needs to. And these other guys, we could go through a list of quarterbacks right now. They've all not done it when they needed to at times.
Yeah.
They've all made a mistake somewhere to lose a game where he hasn't played perfect, but I bet everybody right now would take Mahomes as their quarterback without a question asked.
God, yeah.
And now Lamar Jackson for you guys might be. I mean, even for me, I like to see what Kellen's going to do. So Lamar Jackson, would I take him? Probably, but do you really trust Lamar Jackson? I mean, would you keep Love? Probably, and see what he can do. Would you Goff? Yeah, I don't know. He works in the system, but Mahomes, he's going to work there. He's going to work there. He's going to work here. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
If there was a straight up trade right now for Love for Mahomes, I would do it. Lamar, yeah, I mean, well, Lamar's now we're going to go backwards and look at his history in the playoffs and yada yada yada.
Yeah. But Mahomes is everybody here would take him in a heartbeat.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we all take Derrick Henry and Lamar. I don't knock Lamar's pick either. Lamar's very. This is Lamar's best year.
I've been an advocate for running backs for the last few years. I mean, it's hard because you ask who's the most valuable player, who's the best player, and we go to quarterbacks because, like what Willie just said, they affect the games in multiple ways. Right. But I think about the best player at their position, who's dominating right now at their position, and he's dominating. It's not even close. He's had a touchdown in every single game. He's got over 1,000 yards. I mean, he's dominating. It's impressive. And I could probably have said that about him 4 years ago too.
Right.
3 years ago.
I'm going to tell you, him and Joe Mixon have made people rethink free agent running backs.
Yeah.
In 1 year. And we always talk about this. And I'm not a guy that, like, I don't think players I think Ed's talked about this, maybe people agreed with him, that players are throwaway players. There's a handful of players in this league that you can play to the age of 30, 31, 32. They're going to help your team win and might even be the best player in the team.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody's a throwaway. I don't think receivers you can just reload them. I don't think you can just reload running backs. It's these are guys, they're special players.
He's a special player.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
And don't you think the running backs have made a resurgence this year?
I do. Yeah. I think they have. J.K. Dobbins is another huge example of that. And
Saquon.
Barkley, but the rates, look at J.K. Dobbins in the right area, the right setup. He's playing great. He's got a coach that wants to run the ball,
and he's been healthy. That's the
key.
Yeah.
And Jacobs, I think Swift's done a decent job in Chicago. I think a lot of his backs that have been moved around have done.
Yeah, I don't think we're talking about Jacobs enough. Really,
yeah.
I mean,
they don't use him enough.
Incredible first half against the Lions. He got banged up. We'll see where that's at. But he's had a pretty great season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They call a timeout that last time, or was there a penalty?
They must have called timeout.
Are we gonna have any controversy on
Oh,
best
no,
best
I don't think-
defender?
Best defender. Who do you like?
JJ's brother.
TJ, yeah.
You
Did you
guys-
see that commercial yesterday?
Which one? There's so many commercials. Right, the Dick's commercial.
The Dick's was pretty
Where
funny.
he's trapped in the store.
Yes.
Yeah, they're everywhere right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And they do a Peloton commercial now. Did you see
I
that?
heard that?
With
yes.
Mom?
I haven't seen that one.
And Mom's in the one,
Mom's
the Dick's
in this
one.
Dick's as well. Dick's.
Mom's in the Dick's, huh?
Apparently.
Yeah, TJ, easy. Scott.
Yeah, I'll go Watt. It's easy. Easy pick. So most surprising team this year. Surprising.
TJ's team.
No, I'm going Commanders.
Steelers for me.
I'm gonna go with the Cardinals.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know what?
that's a good one.
Call. Good
Yeah.
call.
Arizona. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we
just
got to give
watching
them some
last
give
week.
some love.
I mean,
You gotta give some Kyler
because
some
we've
love
killed
too,
them.
man.
We've killed them over the last couple of years.
Being a Bear fan, I know their defense is injured, but watching them last week against the Bears, even injured, they played really well against that Bears defense.
They are who we thought they are.
Yeah, and back-to-back weeks against the Jets defense, who's very good too. They put points up. I mean, not surprising the offense made them score points, but they're playing good team ball right now. I mean, that division, like we said earlier, is very winnable. Right now, today is same.
How old are these?
I don't know. Maybe when they came out.
Did you look at the born on date?
How about the most disappointing team?
Easy.
Ooh.
Who do you like?
I'm gonna say, with the hype at the beginning of the season, the Jets.
Jets.
Right?
Jets.
You know, I'm gonna go a little different route here because I think they're disappointing, but they're still in first. It's weird to say this because they can still do well. I'm gonna say the Texans. They haven't looked right at times this year. They've lost 3 out of 4 now. People don't realize that.
Sophomore jinx.
I'm just saying they've lost 3 out of 4.
They were a disaster last night.
If they weren't in that division, they'd be lucky to be tied for second in the AFC.
I didn't see the first half.
Not the first half.
What did they do
weren't.
in the first half? It wasn't
turnover.
Stroud.
Yeah, they were fine.
turnovers.
They scored, but he looks. I told Jace this earlier when we were doing the podcast earlier, the 46 Zone podcast. Check it out. I was said this earlier. If you watch that game last night, and you watch even Goff and Stroud, these teams aren't. The Bears' offense look the same way a lot. They just don't look better at times. I watched Stroud. I'm like, he looks no different than Caleb Williams right now, making plays. It's the same. He's doing the same stuff, running it, throwing it, getting hit. They don't. It's like but he makes one play and it's like, oh, he's.
Yeah,
that's not consistent right now. And Goff, that's the first game he's been consistent all year. Like yesterday was by far. I won't put him in that same category, but he's young. People don't realize. Love too. Loves is the same stuff. 1 foot thrown off his back. He's doing the same stuff right now. People are like, oh, he had a great 7-8 games. Well, this is they're still young.
Yeah,
and this is what you have to be good enough to overcome that stuff. And the Lions were yesterday. It was crazy. I mean, but. You watch that stuff. You watch some of these games. It's like I'm watching the Bears. I sat there last time. It's like I'm watching the Bears offensive time. The play calling is like, and these are 2 guys, Slowick and Ben Johnson, who are going to be elevated to possibly getting picked by teams next year.
They're gonna be head coaches.
Their play calling was questionable at times last night. It wasn't like I was like, oh, these are great. What are you running?
Well,
but it works out at the time.
It was what it was. Is because of defense, what they were throwing at, because they wanted Goff to be a drop back.
They want him a play action, drop back guy.
They don't want play action with him.
Oh,
they want him drop back,
and that's where he lives. Play action is
what he calls it. 23 to 33%. 33% of the time, I think, is what Ben calls.
Yeah. And with the running backs, it's play action is set up when you walk on the field.
Right.
Yep. You don't got to run the ball. You got to run the ball good with those 2 running backs. You don't have to. So,
but you want to pound it at him for a while, so then you can make that work.
So we got a Washington, we got a Cardinal, and a who'd you say, Eric?
Oh, so disappointing?
Surprising.
Oh, we already did.
We're not disappointing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Jets. You said Texans.
Oh, I said Texans. I'm sorry.
Texans
so now
are
we're on the
disappointing.
best running back, we'll say, and we're gonna all go Henry. I'm gonna go Henry.
Yeah, you have to at this point.
Best receiver, I will say.
Well,
Jefferson's on there. I mean, Jefferson's hard. He's on there. I mean, there's a lot of good receivers. I mean, it's tough. So I'm just gonna go, I guess, chalk with. Well, I would have said probably before Dak Prescott. Well, I'm gonna say CeeDee Lamb. He's the best receiver in the NFL. When he's on, and there's no questions to me.
You have to have somebody throw to him, though.
Yeah, but I mean,
I think it's Jamar Chase.
There you go.
Right now,
Jamar.
he's leading the
That's
NFL
nice
in
pick,
receiving
yeah.
yards.
Yeah. What do you like?
Jamar.
Okay. Jefferson's a close second.
I mean, he kind of like
CD talent-wise should be there, but he's obviously doesn't have the right.
And Tyreek Hill, he's been injured and hadn't had Tua for a long time. So
And he's not going to win me my game this week.
He's not going to win me my game as well.
Oh, you needed him too? I needed 24 out of him tonight.
I don't need
I think he's got just like
I only
7
need a few more.
I need to make 6 more than Kyron Williams.
I need 10. I need 10 more points. I think here from him and Kyrene together.
Has there been an OBJ sighting tonight or no? Because that was my substitute.
He scored.
Get the fuck
I'm
out.
kidding.
No, it was Washington that scored.
He's good cheerleader.
Who the hell's Washington?
I don't know.
Here we go.
It's not Tyreek.
That's OBJ.
Oh,
he scored.
Who is it?
No,
Is it OBJ? Number 9?
No, I don't think it is.
Who's number 9?
9.
No, he's too big to be OBJ. He's a big dude. Smith. He's a monster.
John
Smith. Yeah. He's a big dude. I'm playing him in the league tonight too, I bet. Is he down? Yeah, good call.
Elbow down.
So how about best tight end?
Jonnu Smith. I mean, the Raiders guy's leading everything right now, but he's on the Raiders.
But he's still pretty good.
I'm taking Kittle.
I'm going with George.
I'm going Kelsey. He's coming back, man.
Yeah, he is.
Had about 4 or 5 good games in a row where he's like, look, don't forget about me.
Isn't he dating like Selena Gomez or something?
I think it was Celine Dion. Best rookie.
Oh, snap.
Too easy.
I'm not picking him.
You don't like him, huh?
No, I don't dislike him, but he's had 2 games that were against the Bears. He didn't play great.
Oh, I was going to pick Caleb Williams.
No, I'm going to pick Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of him either, but I'm picking him.
The hell's with his short pants?
He's got Jeff Gronkowski's pants on.
I'm picking Daniels because he's
They're
on a winning program.
Yeah.
I mean, Neighbors is great, but they have 2 wins.
Yeah, well, he's got to catch it. You don't get the phone.
True.
But yeah, Daniels having a
True
good year
that.
too.
I'm going with Daniels
He
because
said Daniels.
he's a tougher position.
Yeah.
Hardest
position in the NFL.
It is. It's a tough position, and this rookie's doing well. But I think again, he's got who's his offensive coordinator for Christ's sake?
Yeah, Clint Kingsbury, man, he was out there too.
He had a chance.
The Bears passed on him. The Bears passed on Harbaugh. So
who's the last? Remember the guy they passed on? Arians.
Yeah, Bruce Arians. The Bears passed on.
Oh yeah,
before he went to Arizona.
Yeah.
Yep.
He didn't interview.
Wait,
well.
didn't the Bears pass on Patrick Mahomes too?
Yeah, a lot of teams passed on Patrick Mahomes.
Didn't he pass on Randy Moss?
Oh, is that your guy? Oh, look who scored! The Cheetah.
That's not going to do much, though, Willie. We're still
6.
How much did you need out of him?
I needed 6 more points than what Kyron Williams gets.
Oh, I got you. Okay,
so I got a chance.
all I have is Tyreek, and it's 20. I need at least 24 points.
Okay, right.
It's not happening.
Well, I wanted to
unless
see
he gets another TD. If he gets another TD,
I want to see the Dolphins behind, then they'll throw the ball out.
What's the thing? The Dolphin thing?
Oh,
you don't have it anymore, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
There we go.
You know what the title is? It's not Dolphin. It's Glenn.
Just says Glenn.
So best coach. I just said who the best coach was. Andy Reid.
That's what I have. I have.
And Dan Campbell's a close second. I get their best 2, but I think Andy Reid for calling offensive plays and coaching a team it's hard to do, man. You see something. Look at the Shanahan this year. I mean, I love Shanahan, and they've had injuries, but it's still ebb and flow thing, man. I love Shanahan, but it's Reid. Reid is hard. I love Dan Campbell though. He's
going Campbell.
I'm going Campbell because I look at this because
I thought you might go Jimmy.
Ooh.
Jimmy. You're good, bad, and ugly.
I think Harbaugh might be a close.
He's
top
up there.
5 for me
He's
right
up
now.
there.
John top 5.
John's
And you know what?
awesome.
Andy Reid and John Harbaugh we never talk about.
Right.
And John start sculpting a bust for him too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got 1 Super Bowl.
Double D's or you said bust. That's
yeah, those D's nuts.
Worst coach.
He's not the worst coach, but I just feel like putting him there.
The worst coach that has been fired yet.
Mike McCarthy.
Matt Eberflus.
You're
close.
Killing the Bears.
Huh?
3 weeks ago.
Giants coach.
Dable?
Dable.
I don't know. I still feel like he's a good coach, right? He just has nothing.
If he was really good.
How do you cook if you got nothing in the cupboard?
Well, no, you have to. You
got to
sometimes
cook.
you don't have everything.
I mean, I guess
there.
you know what? I'm going to change that because at least Eberflus' defense, he can coach defense.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Dable too.
You guys both are on
Dable. And you know what? After watching Hard Knocks, I don't know if Willie watched it, but with his foot up on a table talking.
Oh, he's a douchebag.
Oh, he was a douche, a total douche.
Oh, see, I didn't
like
know
young
that.
kids would come in and talk to him, like, and he'd be sitting in the general manager's office on a couch with a seat up in a chair, hand behind him, questioning, like talking to him. So, what would you do? Blah. Like that's how he's talking to him. Now, if a kid walked in and did that, would you draft him?
Oh, we should have him coach the Bucks.
Yeah, perfect. But I agree. I'm gonna go with Dable. I agree.
No, you gotta adapt to the youth.
But if he gets fired, I would hire him if I was the Bears.
Here's the thing: is he got the kiss of death from the Giants ownership because they said he's not in trouble. He's good with us for next
He's in
year.
trouble.
Yeah.
I think the GM's gone too.
Oh yeah, it should
They
be.
cleaning house with the whole
Do you
place.
think there'll be any more firings this season?
Oh yeah.
I'm
gonna say one more.
Peterson.
The Bears don't fire nobody in midseason, so it probably won't happen.
Jags. I think he's still up there. Yeah.
I don't know. It's same concept.
Peterson's been fired midseason before, hasn't he?
NFL is not like basketball where you can go get a guy and maybe win some games and get in. You're not going to change it. Like they made a great point about, I was listening to Chicago radio and about the Bears. You hire a new coach, they're not going to change the offense system. They can't.
Yeah.
It's a system that's been in place since training camp. You're not going to go, okay, we're going to run this.
So the Bears have never done it?
Never midseason.
Never.
The Packers did with McCarthy, and they brought in.
No, McCarthy finished the year.
No, McCarthy got fired with like 2 or 3 games left, and it was what's the guy's name? Hackett?
Oh, they just let him. Are you sure?
No, it wasn't Hackett. It was an older guy.
McCarthy finished
No,
the year.
I think he got fired with like 3 or 4 games left. Anyway, we could go back to that.
Well, you got any tidbits?
I do have
Top 5 though. What about the top 5?
Yeah, top five. I'll be back in a second. Start your top 5.
Boy, the bourbon getting to you or what?
Bring us back something.
Some tidbits. What kind of tidbits? Oh yeah, actually, don't you have tidbits?
Yeah, on this day in sports history.
Oh yeah, okay.
I have in 1981. This guy, who just recently passed away, won the Cy Young.
In 81.
Passed away. Just recently. He looked to the sky when he pitched.
Radio silence.
And he was a rookie when he won the Cy Young.
And he passed away recently.
And Hop's going nuts right now.
What was the question? Say again.
1981.
Jack Morris?
This
81.
MLB rookie who looked to the sky won the Cy Young. He just recently passed. Look to the sky.
I don't know. Let's see if Hopkins is listening still and gets it. Look to the sky. Let me think.
81 as a rookie.
Yep.
Bert Blett.
He won the Cy Young. He went 8-0 in his first. I think he was 8-0 in his first.
Who did he play for?
Obviously the Twins.
The giveaway?
If I tell you, you're going to know.
If you say
he was a West Coast team.
Okay.
National League.
He hasn't answered yet.
81, a rookie.
Fernando Valenzuela.
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah.
He just died, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He just passed. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So on this day in sports history.
Okay.
In 1981, yeah.
All right.
Hop just put Fernando. I didn't cheat. He just put it.
Yeah, we're dumbfounded.
I do have
We're
a couple of overreactions.
Okay.
If
Let's
you're
go.
interested. The best team in the AFC isn't the Chiefs.
Overreaction. I think they're the best team to someone beat. Like you can't.
Yeah,
they're
it's
throwing the
tough.
Kings. You beat them. I mean, who would be? I mean, who would you pick right now to beat the Chiefs?
The only
I know
Bills maybe next week.
No,
they play each other.
I think
Yeah,
the
I know.
Bills are and I picked them to win a Super Bowl. The Bills. I think I'm done with them. I think the only team that can potentially compete with the Chiefs this year is the Ravens.
And remember, they have to get to them.
They got to get to them.
The Ravens won their first playoff game last year. Lamar Jackson won his first playoff game last year ever.
And then played the Chiefs.
Then played
got
the Chiefs.
the
So he
Chiefs.
still has to win a game in the.
But that was AFC. He got to the AFC.
But he only won one game because they had a
Oh, yeah,
bye, I
okay.
think. But I'm just saying, he's only won one playoff game in his career.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess things change, but he's still lost. I mean,
But now they have the best player in the NFL.
yeah, and that could be the difference. Derrick Henry might be the difference in the
So
whole
if they win against the Bills, they're the number 1 seed.
you think
right?
so? They should be.
They should.
They ain't
be,
gonna lose
don't you
enough
think?
games and lose that.
So we have Chiefs Bills next week?
Yeah, this week. Yeah.
Holy shit. When's that on?
Probably Sunday.
They're in London at 8 a.m. I'm kidding. And
You sound like you're from London.
sound like you're from London.
The Vikings need to worry about Darnold the rest of the way.
Aren't they trading for Stafford?
He's had a couple.
That was a good rumor about 4 weeks ago.
Might have been a correct rumor though. You know what? I'll put it this way: don't worry about it till the end of the year. That's the reality. There's no point. He's your quarterback. You ain't got nothing different.
I think it's an overreaction because he's gotten him this far.
Yeah, he had a bad game this week.
They won this week.
Yeah, they won and they survived.
They won ugly.
Yeah.
Goff won ugly. Are we talking about getting rid of Goff? Threw 5 picks.
But you know what?
No, we're not
when
talking
he's had
about getting rid of him.
more picks than touchdowns, he's 6-0.
Who? Goff
is.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I heard that today. I think it was on Patrick. So
Bears would have that. They'd be Super Bowl champions every year.
The Grossman year, they went.
They did go to Super Bowl. They went to Super Bowl.
They did actually. Did
you
go
know,
to
it
Super
means
Bowl.
you have to throw a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Hurts deserves to be in the MVP
yes.
conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
I believe he's playing
conversation. Yes,
they've changed. I was saying earlier, Eric, when you're getting the beer, I think they've went like it's like opposite of last year. They played great to start and kind of went downhill.
Yeah.
Now they played to start the year and treaded water, and now I think Kellen Moore and Jalen Hurts on the same page. I think Sirianni is got the team playing well. And he's maybe gotten in the way of things he was in the way of before. I think they're the best. It's gonna be an interesting game if they play Washington this week. That's gonna be a sign of what Washington do and what the Eagles can do. Because I think the Redskins are a good team, but I think that they're still playing above board a little bit for the Redskins. But I still think they're a good team. I still think they're a playoff team. I don't think they're. And once you get chip in a chair, you get in the playoffs. All you need.
Yeah, chip in a chair.
Yeah.
But so that's one thing I wanted to bring up because there's been a lot of talk recently about Sirianni being maybe the one that holds them back.
Yeah, there's a lot of
talk.
About
that right now, and I didn't know how you guys felt about that.
Well, as long as you win and everything looks copacetic is the correct word.
Yeah, because what's your job as a coach?
Dan Campbell it.
Win.
Dan Campbell it, man. Yeah. You run the team. Don't worry. And I think Sirianni is an offensive guy, but I think like we said at the beginning of the year, I think he was giving up the reins to Kellen Moore and staying out. He was staying out of the offensive production stuff and all that. He wasn't even in those meetings. He's the head coach. Yeah. He's and that's what I always say, that's the beauty of Dan Campbell. That's why it works. He has great coordinators, and the only thing if they lose Ben Johnson, what happened? Yeah, they do. They all use the same, and it's almost like a cult. That's a great word to use in the last few weeks. Have been used a lot, but they all use the same terminology. They all say the word grit. We are a team of grit. We have grit. Campbell and Campbell's.
I'd like to see where that started.
And Campbell's instilled that, and it trickles down. When the 53rd guy on the roster is saying the same thing, the coaches, you are in tune, and you got to be good too. But
it's got to be a cult when they get a little taste of each other's kneecaps.
Yeah.
You know, they gnaw on that a little bit.
Kneecaps.
I don't care if you have.
He starts to come and then he pulls out.
I like that one though.
Wrong.
Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
That's the greatest thing.
One ass cheek, 3 toes. I love it. He'll still beat your ass.
I sent that.
And I'm sorry. When I saw Hard Knocks, he said that. I go, I love this guy, but he ain't gonna be a coach very long. He's screwed. Yeah. And look what happened. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What did you know? Right?
Yeah, I love the guy. I love the guy. I can't not like the guy. Right? I love him.
No. You'd want you'd pay for him to be your coach. You'd put some of your own nickels in there.
Things got put together before he got there.
Well,
the ball was rolling.
But
right?
I'll tell you what,
it had
their
to have been.
GM is.
He built his staff.
Who's the GM?
Guy from
Matt Millen.
I thought so.
Genius.
He is so good. Oh,
the guy's so good, no one remembers his name. But yeah, I mean, the drafts, Penny Sewell.
Yeah, Penny Sewell. Who? We talked about the night he was drafted. He skipped over Jamar Chase for Penny Sewell.
Yes.
And which was a great pick because he gets highlighted. And then I loved Jamar Gibbs' pick, and everybody hated it. And I think the pick
he's explosive.
If he what he did in college, you can do in NFL. It's a win. And with Montgomery, it was a perfect marriage, and you can't go wrong with that marriage right now. And the offensive line is great. Yeah. They've done a great job. What they did, they got all these picks to Stafford, and it's
kind of like Jim and Pam. That kind of marriage.
It is. I agree.
The secondary, I think,
it's hard not to root for.
I was impressed with the secondary.
They're you know what they did? Their secondary sucked last year.
Yep.
They were above average at best. They went out and fixed that in the offseason. They fixed what was wrong.
Yep.
And the thing is, not many teams go out and throw money at things and it works, but it's worked across the board. It's worked. Everything that team touched at this point has touched a goal, turned to gold. They're becoming a gold standard in how to run a franchise from being
it's amazing.
From being not anything. They've run it correctly. They collected draft picks.
They were a punchline.
Yeah,
for years.
They were.
No, and again, like you see a defense respond to what your offense is doing, and Goff's throwing picks left and right, and every time.
Excuse me, Holmes.
They were right there. They were right there to make plays.
GM, excuse me, Holmes.
What, is it Holmes?
His name's Brad Holmes.
Brad
yeah.
Holmes. Okay.
Excuse me, Holmes.
Pardon me, Holmes.
Roll him up.
Roll him up.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
what honky lips?
Yeah, but they've taken on his. It's like Venom. They've taken on his personality. The whole team has become this. They all say the same stuff. It's great.
They love each other.
The Chiefs are the same way. The Chiefs from top to bottom are in tune. I mean, I don't think there's many teams in the league. I really don't. I think the Packers have been successful, but you don't really, they're good like the Steelers, but they still have their problems. These teams, their problems are, they don't have problems.
They don't love their GM there in Green Bay, right? They're always talking shit about him, right?
I think Aaron Rodgers didn't like the GM, and it kind of, because they didn't ever. I think the GM does a decent job in Green Bay.
He's been on a if we're looking at an uptick right now, he's on an uptick.
But I think his draft picks have missed.
Van
Ness hasn't been great. He hasn't done anything.
He was good last year.
Yeah, but
he's not.
They got no pass rush right now, and for a guy like Preston Smith to he did a ex-Bear player type thing when he left.
It
was
almost shit a year ago.
But
at least
it's funny when he left, he did a Bear player thing. He had these underlying things. I'm glad to be where I am. It's good to get a fresh start. It's a weird saying for a guy. It's a weird guy who played a lot in Green Bay. He got time. He didn't. He wasn't like thrown away and they screwed him over like Khalil Herbert was getting done.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see him saying he put it on something on Twitter. It's Khalil Herbert right away. God is good, or thank God, and people are like, oh, look at this. Well, he wasn't playing. He probably wants to play. I mean, it's not really but maybe the Bears treat him like shit. I don't know. They could have. Very possible. The way it's running now, it's garbage. So
yeah.
I got one more.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Colts made a mistake by benching Anthony Richardson.
Oh gosh.
Do you bench him for a game because of that, or do you bench him for the rest of the year? I mean, that's my question.
I don't think Anthony Richardson is a good quarterback or will ever be a good quarterback.
Okay.
That's my opinion. That's only my opinion, but I could be wrong. And with that said, he needs to start the rest of the year because Joe Flacco probably shouldn't be starting as quarterback. What he did with the Browns last year was amazing, and he played well, but he didn't look good the other day against a Buffalo Bills team who's got a pretty good defense.
Yeah.
But he made some bad plays. He made very un-Joe Flacco-like plays because they got pressure on him. And I don't think the Browns line was very good last year. The Colts line I don't think is very good at protecting. So I think that's a problem for Joe Flacco. He can't get his feet set, and he can't run away from nobody.
Right.
What is the Colts record right now?
4-5.
Okay, so
I'm sorry. I'll double check.
So I think Scott's completely right. Right now, he is not
4-6. 4-6.
He probably is not going to be a franchise quarterback. Probably.
Yeah.
But you might as well play him and see what you got, because if they're 4-5, whatever. I mean, maybe you go another week with Flacco. What is the call on him right now? Is he starting next week?
They haven't said. I don't know. I haven't paid attention. But
if you get to 4-6 or 4-7, then you play him.
Well, they're 4-6 right now. They're 4-6 right now.
Oh, 4-6. Okay. Yeah. So I say you play him because you got to see what you got. And if he sucks, then you know what you need to do, right? He's
the old Cinderella song.
Yeah, he's
don't know what you got till it's gone. Yeah.
Well, they'll know what they got, and they might be happy he's gone.
When I went to the game this year in Indy, and his accuracy is bad.
He makes the big plays.
Yeah, it's all he can do.
Big plays, yeah.
The Jamarcus Russell type?
The easy 10-yard out with a guy wide open, or 15-yard guy in a pocket, you can just dump it over the top, and he doesn't throw that ball very well.
Yeah.
And that's a problem, obviously.
Yeah, you got to move the rock.
I mean, that's a problem in NFL. You have to make the basic throws, and then
Sure.
And he's athletic, but he doesn't know. He's even said himself, he's like, they've coaches have talked to him hard about sliding and all that. And he's I've been told this by my coaches, but it's hard when I see a cornerback. I just want to run him over. I'm like, well,
he's not smart.
You're not long for the league. I mean, because you get injured a lot.
Bobby Brown. Oh, the third.
That was a good one. I think it was a little acting, but
I would do it.
Yeah, what the heck? So yeah, I would say what was it, in the middle of that? Would that be like I didn't answer it really, but me and Eric didn't really answer, but we gave our opinion on it.
Yeah.
I say what was the question again?
If it's an overreaction.
Did they bench him too soon?
I say reality then.
Yeah.
You're right.
Because
I agree.
With Joe Flacco last year, it was a Browns playoff team.
Can you believe Flacco's still playing? That's impressive.
Is he a Hall of Fame? Go to
Delaware.
Delaware.
He was
Yeah.
a
Is he
Bluehead.
a Hall of Famer?
What president's from Delaware?
A lot.
I don't remember.
A bunch.
I
A bunch.
don't remember.
A bunch, aren't they?
I don't know. Wasn't George Washington from Delaware?
He crossed the Delaware.
Isn't there a lot of presidents from Delaware?
I have no idea.
Trick question.
Is Flacco a Hall of Famer? That's a good one.
Maybe like the fourth chance, third chance.
The Kenny Stabler effect when he's passed
I
away.
hope not, because I feel bad for guys like that.
Yeah. Ron Santo, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he did win a Super Bowl. He's always had good numbers. Not great.
He's
I mean,
had this
even Baltimore. In Baltimore,
resurgence too. Like he could be on the couch at home and people call him up. And
Andrew Mann said, What's up, dudes?
Is he? Hey, what's up, Andrew?
What's up, Andrew? How you doing, buddy? Congratulations.
Yes.
On your pending nuptials. Good luck.
This guy's looking for his invitation in the mail.
I said good luck. I don't know if you heard that. Hope Nikki's not listening. If she is, I said good job. Congratulations.
Love you guys.
Yeah, I would say reality then. Unfortunately, I would have to agree with that a couple weeks ago, probably, but now it is what it is. I don't know. It's weird.
It is.
Well, still not the answer you wanted, but anything else?
No, I think we're good there.
Today is your birthday. Today is your birthday. Today is your birthday. Today is the day. Today is your birthday. Today is your birthday. Today is your birthday, dear someone today.
And then a good birthday was what? Ed's was on, Eduardo's was on Saturday. And yours is coming up on
he is exactly 1 week older than me.
Yeah, your birthday's
What's your birthday?
16th?
Yeah, Saturday.
What are you doing for your birthday?
Going to the Ohio State Northwestern game at Wrigley Field. You are?
Yeah. I'll be there.
Cool. I'll see you there.
I'm going for Heather. She said I can go with you.
Because she could care less about Ohio State. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I hope Northwestern upsets them.
Are you going down to tailgate?
It's an 11 a.m. start.
And you see the field is crazy. It's their soccer field is where they're playing at.
No, they're playing at Wrigley.
Hey, really?
Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But if
No,
you're
I
playing
know
at home,
I know.
Yeah, it feels
I've seen
awesome
it.
though. It's a cool field.
It's tight.
I've seen where they're playing. Yeah. No, they're playing at Wrigley. So, yeah, I think we're going to go down fairly early and tailgate a little
Gonna go to
bit.
Wrigleyville?
Yeah, do something, whatever.
Andrew said, "Thank you, guys," or "Thank you, sir." Nikki says, "Love you guys."
Oh,
I like her as long as she doesn't beat me in fantasy.
Love you, Nikki. You're the best, and that's sincere.
I'm only going to pretend to know them, but congratulations.
No, they're cool.
guys.
Nikki's
Yeah.
cool. Andrew's cool. Met him last year. Super nice guy.
Okay.
Real nice guy.
Door County people or family.
In Green Bay now, but they are
Yeah,
they. Yeah, she's from there.
She's from she's a Door County person, and Andrew's I think he originally might be from Appleton or
Are they?
I don't know.
The restaurant affiliated.
Andrew does a lot of things. He's the guy who does the car photography.
Yeah,
photography.
Andrew Meyer.
Andrew Mann,
Mann.
his name is. He's from up there, not Meyer.
Oh,
Meyer's down here.
He's a sports guy. He does car photography.
Yeah. Yes, he does. He travels. He to do this. People hire him. Yes.
So Jackson and him they know each other already.
They should meet. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
one of these days we'll figure
set
that
that
stuff
up.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it his
Absolutely.
birthday?
No.
It was Ed's birthday.
Can I
guess?
birthday.
Can I guess Ed's birthday?
Yeah, you know what it is.
51.
Nope, 2. Just kidding. No, 51. He looks like he's 60.
I should have looked up. Usually Ed and I look up whose birthdays are this week at who else is 51. So maybe Willie has something. I didn't look anything up. So
Well, we'll see here, but we'll start out with some
51.
Some athletes here.
Okay.
We're going to start off with who are we starting with? You,
Eric.
There's
Eric.
2 choices.
All right, Mike McCarthy.
Oh gosh.
I got a number came to my head right away. You're first though, but I'm gonna say this. It's probably not right, but
60.
63.
61.
63 came to my head, so I had to stick with it.
Sammy Sosa.
Today is your birthday. Today is your birthday. So 80. No, that's wrong. No. 98. 30. I want to say he's 47.
I think he's more like
Today is your birthday.
he's 50.
56.
Wow. I'm way off.
Yeah, I was.
Wait, 9. Oh, I did my math.
Yeah, you were
wrong.
10 years off.
I did my math wrong.
You went
yeah.
10 years off.
Yeah. So I would have said
Baseball player Jack Clark.
Jack Clark. Wow.
Played for the Giants, I believe.
Yep. No, I got him. That was that 89.
I believe so. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it was
70.
69.
Ah, wow. How did I go 70? Why would somebody do that?
Hi, Eric. Oh, what a waste of breath.
Wow.
When you're on your deathbed and you can't breathe one more time, remember you wasted on a 70. Oh, should have said 60.
Tanya Harding.
No. Oh, no, that's not. Why me? She didn't say that.
Oh, that
but
was-
the person she hit did it. Or
Galooly.
Galooly. It's Galooly. I'm going to say she's 52, my age. She's probably a little younger. A little younger.
49.
54.
Oh, my
We
apologies.
suck.
Sorry, I messed up.
Vinny Testaverde.
Oh, Vinny Testaverde. Vinny.
God,
He was colorblind. You know that?
61.
Nicely done.
Well done.
I was gonna say that
Except
too.
you got the 69, so you got the lead.
Yeah, I'm gonna say another one too. I'm gonna get them all tonight.
Yeah.
Carl Anthony Towns.
He's probably 69, I bet. I bet he's 69.
He's 16. I bet he is. I'm not gonna say it. You say it. You go first.
No, you're first.
You go first. Say 69. I'm gonna say he's 29.
Wow, look at us. Who
Look
knew?
at-
Who knew?
Who'd have thought?
Not me.
Hold on.
Look at us. Hey, look at us.
Look at us.
Huh?
Who would have thought?
Not me.
I love how there's like beers cracking open.
Yeah.
Not me.
If you remember this guy or not, Jack Sickba.
Ooh,
I do remember Jack Second.
Great White Hope. I don't think they called him that, but I did. So I don't care.
God, there's a number up on a 64. Do it.
69. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Why? Yeah, I'm getting them all. I said I'm not
Why?
lying. I'm getting them all.
I felt
I
like
kinda
doing
set you up for it.
I felt like
Why
doing
me?
it. Oh no. Kerrigan.
Damn it. Dwight Gooden.
Do it. Do it.
Fireballer.
Do it.
I don't think he's that old. I don't think is he that old, you think? 66.
64.
60.
Okay. I was way off.
I wasn't gonna go
I
69.
didn't think.
That one.
I
There's no way.
wasn't thinking. I should have thought better. My apologies.
Apology accepted.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Whose turn is it?
You.
50.
Too easy. Too easy. Al Michaels.
Dun 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 dun. Dun dun.
Oh. He's older than that.
69. -1.
I feel like he's older. I think he's 73.
80.
Wow. I'll give him
Wow,
credit.
look at him.
He looks good.
Who would have thought?
Who'd have thought?
Not
Look at
me.
him. Look at him.
Wow, he's 80 years old. Al Michaels?
Yeah, 80.
No shit. Do you believe in miracles?
Who's up? I think Scott, right? No.
I think. No, you are. I had Al Michaels first.
John Rahm.
I said 69.
John Rahm.
He's probably 69.
No.
He said, "Oh."
You're only 2 behind now, so.
Yeah, so I'm thinking.
I'm gonna get this. You better get it, or I'm getting it.
32.
30.
Damn. Look at you. Who would have thought? Not me.
Just
wow, that's good. 30. What happened to John Rahm, really?
I don't know.
Corey Pavin.
65.
Shut the front door right now. Are you shitting me? You had no idea. 65.
Isaac Bruce.
46. Hit it. Hit it.
50.
52.
Oh, I was gonna say my age too.
46. What was I thinking? That's Torrey Holt.
Patrick Warburton.
Oh, Putty. The tick.
Oh, putty. Okay.
Is it me or?
Those things are bacteria.
I think it's you.
It is me.
It is him, yep.
I want to give him 58.
I'm gonna say he's 55.
60.
Ooh, good. They're close.
Rev Run.
Is he dead? That was the other one. I'm gonna say he's 52. He's older. Damn it.
58.
60.
Damn it. Yeah.
Wow. Just keep going. All night. All night.
Stanley Tucci.
You?
Tucci.
Yeah, I think it's you because I did Rev Run first.
Stanley Tucci.
He's from. You know him if you saw him. I just can't think of anything he's in.
He was in that
the wine movie.
The wine movie, but he was in that.
Oh, Sideways?
Yeah. No, that was Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
No, he was
Sideways.
in
Tucci.
the Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, bald
guy. Yeah.
Tucci. Okay.
He was in Easy A.
I never saw that.
That was with what's her name?
I'm gonna go 62.
I'll go 63.
64.
Right there.
Try climbing the ladder.
Who's up?
Me.
Demi Moore.
62.
About last night. Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? 62? About last night.
Eric.
Yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg.
I'm done. There's not enough
Whoopi
questions
Goldberg.
left. I hate her. 74.
67.
69.
Dang, I was going to say 69 again.
I should have went for it because I'm behind.
Yeah. Just say it every time.
Here we go.
Oh, let's see. You got one.
It's me first.
6, 7, 8.
What's the tally?
8-2.
Oh, so you can tie me. This is it? This
is
last one?
Is this one for 6?
No, it's 7-2
7-2.
because you lost one.
Okay, so is this last one?
He only loses one?
Yeah, for 69. You only lose one, get two. Is this the last one or no?
We'll make this the last one.
Okay. And Eric's first.
We could keep going.
All right, you want to do 3 more?
Okay, yeah. There we
Three
go.
more.
Third one will be the final.
3 more. Okay, we're going to go with
Just extend my lead.
Jimmy Kimmel.
He's not 69. 53.
48.
57.
Wow.
He's old.
Yeah, I'm first.
Yep, you're first. 2 more to go here. Let me find
No, there's no finding. Just go.
one that's interesting here. That makes everybody wonder how old they are. Damn, I can't even find one. It's so far. Here we go. Ellen Pompeo.
From Grey's Anatomy.
Yes.
Wait.
And-
was she
and-
old school?
and old school, yes.
Okay. I
Yeah,
got
yeah,
you now.
yeah,
Point of reference. Yeah.
So, Ellen Pompeo. She's cute. I'm going to say she's 52.
I want to say she's 50.
55.
Wow. That's it right here.
And for
6-pointer for Eric's first.
Give me something 69.
Warren G.
This is for me.
Mhm.
Yes.
He's 69.
To finish off this crushing
it's over.
defeat.
Just,
I'm going to get it right just to rub salt in the wounds.
yeah, you might as well.
Warren G is 56.
54.
Ah.
Right there. So the winner is Scott.
Boo.
7-2.
Wow, 7-2.
Ass whooping.
That's amazing.
He was on
That's the most,
fire there
that's the
for a
most
while.
That's the most I ever scored in this game.
I think so, yeah.
No, it's
It
two
might be a
people.
record. It might be a record. I have to keep
Two
the
people.
record. Keep right on the wall.
You know
Start
what?
there.
You know what? Here's your bourbon.
No, I'm good. You win, Eric. You win. I'll forfeit. So let's do picks for next week.
Oh yeah, let's go.
The picks for next week. Here we go.
We never did the top 5.
Oh yeah, we can do
Top
top
10?
5.
I think we. Oh yeah, and then we talked about 5 through 10, but
Let's just do.
it's obvious.
Let's
The
do top
top
five.
5's obvious.
Let's do top 5. Go ahead. Just read yours off in a row. We don't go back and forth. What are your top 5?
Bottom up.
Yep.
Eagles 5, Bills 4, Lions 3, Ravens 2, Chiefs 1.
Willie?
Eagles, Ravens, Bills, Chiefs, Lions.
You're the best, Willie. I fucking love you.
I gotta ride it for as long as I can.
Ride it out, baby.
I'm gonna go with the. Same as you guys said.
What he said.
I'm gonna go Buffalo, the Eagles. Who's the other team I'm missing here? Buffalo, Eagles. I don't know. I'm missing somebody. Oh, Baltimore, Lions, Chiefs. Sound fair?
Sure.
Who could creep into this equation? Like if we look at the 10 through
Commanders,
Steelers.
Stellars.
I mean, you got the Vikings, the Packers.
Yeah, I mean the Vikings all of a sudden fallen from grace.
But I mean, they're still got the records. So for now, how about the Bengals? Outlier maybe in top 10. That might
How
be
about your
tough.
Texans? Cardinals.
Texans, Cardinals. The Niners always got to be get maybe a little vote of confidence.
You know the Niners will be there. What's McCarthy's status?
JJ
Christian.
Oh, McCaffrey. He played this
McCaffrey.
week. He played this week.
Okay.
Yeah, he played.
How did he play?
Decent.
You got 100 yards
Total.
Yeah.
Not big rushing day, but a lot of pass, like a couple nice
68.
catches.
Yeah.
Not 69.
Nope.
Yeah.
One short.
So next week's games, let's do our picks. I don't know why it's saying loading for some weird reason, but whatever.
PC load letter.
Sorry about this. It's taking forever for some reason.
I mean, the Jets are in second place.
Chase, turn off the porn.
Tampa Bay, they're in second. Atlanta.
And Atlanta, I put them on outlier, but they losing this week to a team that just got a new coach and was in disarray. I don't know. That's weird. Okay, here we go. Oh, Thursday Night Football. Washington, Philadelphia, like we talked about. Who do you like, Eric? At Philly.
I like Philly.
I'm going to take Philly at home. Cleveland at New Orleans. I'm going to take Cleveland in the mini upset.
Yeah, I think Chubb finally has a big week.
We got
Cleveland.
Cleveland at New Orleans?
Yep.
We're going to go New Orleans.
Okay.
That coach has got some riz.
Ooh, another good game this week. Baltimore at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's a great game.
I like it. I'm going to go. Oh, that's for first place. Another first place game.
At Pittsburgh, huh?
Yeah. I like Pittsburgh. Oddly enough. That's weird. But I like Pittsburgh. I wouldn't have picked them 3 weeks ago, but I'm picking them now.
I'm taking the Ravens.
Is it home? Who's at home?
At Pitt.
At Pitt. I'm gonna go Ravens.
How about Colts at the Jets?
Ooh, this is a battle of ineptitude.
I'm gonna take the Jets to get a win.
They're due. Yeah, Jets.
Jets and Adams maybe will catch a ball. You see that one, he hit him right in the hands. He dropped it.
Yeah. Lack of focus, man. Rams at New England.
Well, they're playing like shit right now, but I'll take the Rams.
At New England, take the warm weather team on the road. I'm gonna take New England in a low scoring close game, 16-14 or something like that.
I'm gonna take New England because I think it's gonna be some rough weather out there.
Possible. How about Vegas at Miami? I'm gonna take the Fish.
Fins.
I'll take the Fins.
Atlanta at Denver. Tough game. Denver's got a good pass defense. I think it's a little.
It feels like a Denver win.
I'm going to take Denver in that game. I think on the road.
Yeah, they got snake bit last week. So yeah.
How about Seattle at San Fran?
Wow.
McCaffrey's back. I'm gonna go San Fran.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take San Fran as well.
I'll take San
at
Fran.
San Fran. KC at Buffalo.
At Buffalo. They got to lose. They're going to lose a game. I'm taking Buffalo. After I just talk shit about them.
I'm gonna take KC to break Josh Allen's heart again.
I'm gonna say Buffalo because the Magic's gonna stop.
Okay. Sunday Night Football. Bengals at Chargers.
Oh, I like it. Those are my two quarterbacks in my one league.
I'm gonna take Jim Harbaugh.
Oh yeah,
that defense to shut them down.
Jimmy.
Maybe
he's gonna go for 10 weeks in a row.
I'm taking the Bengals.
Monday Night Football. Houston at Dallas.
What?
Take Texans.
That's your Monday night game? I'm taking the Texans.
Minnesota visits Tennessee this week in the NFC North. Minnesota at Tennessee. The Titans, they call them now, not the Oilers anymore.
I'm going to take the Vikings.
The Queens.
I got the Vikings. How about Jacksonville visits Detroit?
That's Jaguars all day.
I'm going to take Detroit at
I'll
home.
take the Lions. I'm kidding.
Should be, but that's a game you can overlook sometimes. And
you can't.
They're too good right now. I mean, they're not too good, but they're too focused. Put that way.
Yeah, I mean, who's taking the snaps in that game for the Jaguars?
Yeah, and Trevor Lawrence might be out again.
Yeah, he's
Right.
out.
That's a big problem.
And who's taking the snaps then?
Mac Jones.
Doug Peterson. Mac Jones, that's right.
Yeah.
How did he do this week? He was in it.
It was
with the Vikings.
12-7, so he only scored 7
But
points.
they were up. It was
12-7. They scored 7 points.
They did great then.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Green Bay visits Chicago for like the 3,000th time in this.
That's a trap.
In this storied rivalry.
Trap game.
This ain't a trap.
That's
I
a
think the
trap.
Packers walk all over them.
Is Jordan Love healthy?
Doesn't matter.
Is Jacobs healthy?
Doesn't matter. I'm going to take the Packers in a rout, personally.
I'm not taking a route.
I'll
take
just because you guys are taking. I'm taking the Bears.
I'm taking the I'm going to take the Packers, but not a route. There's no fucking way it's a route.
Take the Packers.
It's a 24-19 kind of game.
Take the Packers.
Who's the kicker of the Bears?
Cairo Santos.
Yeah, he'll get a few.
You better have a couple leg days before it gets up there.
What time's that game at?
Noon.
Oh, perfect.
Noon kickoff. I'll be there.
Oh, you're there.
Unfortunately.
Oh yeah, same crew going.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, same guys. Yeah.
Okay.
So we leave. So we're doing Sunday to Monday this time, though. We're going Sunday and then gonna stay overnight Monday till Monday.
What's going on Monday?
We're just coming home Monday.
Oh, I got you.
We're staying overnight because we can hang out, drink.
When's the Lions Bears?
21st, 22nd. We're doing Saturday, Sunday for that one. We would have. We were gonna try doing Monday to Sunday to Monday, but it's too close to Christmas. People got stuff going on, so with work and so.
You want to be there, just
dude. The Bears are gonna fucking whoop the Lions that weekend. It's gonna be so awesome. I'm gonna watch it from my pedestal.
That's right.
From my pedestal. I wish.
Hill is not getting it. I mean, he's been okay.
Yeah.
He's got 10.2 points.
Were they triple teaming that guy?
Yeah. OBJ's got 1.4. I haven't seen him. Have you seen OBJ?
No.
I need 5.2 points to win a game here between Tyreek Hill and Kyrie Williams. So if Tyreek can catch like a 50-yard pass here, I'd be in heaven. But they ain't going to throw a ball. They're going to run in here.
Yeah.
And punt.
And they got the game. So
I don't know.
I guess Willie just took off.
He gets left. He's done.
Closing thoughts?
Yeah, closing thoughts.
Is
Go
that where
there.
we're at?
Yeah, go there. Closing thoughts.
Well, we didn't mention it in the opening, but it is Veterans Day.
Oh, yes. I forgot all about that. Yeah.
Happy Veterans Day. They always say here, not all heroes wear capes, right? And what it takes to be, and we have a guy that's close to our podcast, Glenn, and my father, your father, a lot of veterans in my family that have passed, but the courage and I can only imagine the courage that it takes to join the armed forces, and so just so much gratitude, so much love for veterans, and that's kind of what my closing thoughts are. Is Happy Veterans Day. Thank you for all that you do, and we really, really appreciate it.
Okay.
Willie?
Willie? Willie,
he gone.
Wake up, Willie. Ding 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 ding.
Boom
ding.
boom boom boom.
Giggity, giggity,
Giggity.
giggity.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Que cosa?
Wait, hold on. Willie's here.
So, speaking of Willie being old, Ed, check this out. Willie, what you brought it up, but what was your mixtape? What was on your mixtape, and who was it for?
Mine was an 8-track, man. I used to record albums onto an 8-track. Believe it or not, I had one of those.
Jesus,
they were state of the art.
It was.
Well, you're just setting us up. You're just teeing it up for us.
Hey,
right
wait,
now.
hey, guys, quick! Listen to the new tape I made. Dun, 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 dun.
We're just waiting for you to come back.
Oh, here it is.
What's your thoughts?
I am going to bring a 8-track player here one of these days.
You should
Hook it up.
the Doobie Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got some Toto and some Kansas and some Boston.
Boston. He said it just perfectly. Boston. T-Hill. That's OBJ.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah.
Look at him.
Hey, first catch in months.
No, he had one earlier.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uno Memuto. So that's closing thought. Being an 8-track or what?
I'm thinking about what's going on this week. Anything exciting?
Somebody's birthday.
We got a birthday coming up here. It'd be cool if we could hang out with him for his birthday, but
I got to go to that game.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on Sunday. What's going on Sunday?
Going to the game.
Going to the game.
What? Friday?
Yeah, work stuff. I don't know.
Hey, you afraid you're gonna be
Friday night?
That's what I'm
fish fry somewhere.
Something we can do. I don't know. I don't think. I'm trying to think.
Best
of
fish
anything.
fry in Kenosha. What are we saying?
There's a couple of them I
Culver's.
like.
Yeah, debatable. It used to be Tina's Summers Inn.
They're back open.
J&M now or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but what's the other one? Union
Park Tavern.
Union Park Tavern's solid. Beer Garden's pretty good.
I never had Beer Garden. Heard it's good.
The Poorhouse raves a little bit about it. Jimmy's Poorhouse, the one out on the border.
Oh yeah, Johnny's
Poorhouse.
Yeah,
They rave about their fish fry.
Yeah.
I always say Hawksview. Go out to Lake Geneva. Hawksview's got a great fish
Does it?
fry. Yep.
I don't want to drive that far.
It's a ways, but we could play golf, and then
Only if they had a little par 3 we could play.
we did it last year on my birthday.
Oh, we did.
Yeah,
This
the
time of year,
Benchwarmers.
too.
Scott, I. It
It was like 50 degrees out.
Yeah, Beasley and Tim.
Yeah, it was like 50, 55
Did
degrees.
you guys
I
go
think.
to?
Hawksview
The
last year.
par 3.
Oh, they have a par 3 there?
Yeah, they do.
have a
They
par
really
3.
do.
I had
Yeah.
no idea.
Yeah.
It's one of the best par 3s in the country. Barn Hollow, it's called. Yeah, it was fun. Anyway, what is that? Your closing thoughts then?
Your birthday, yeah. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Coming up here for you.
Yeah,
So-
41.
It's been around. I keep forgetting to bring it up to Jenny. Oh, Finn and Ale Summer Road. Finn and Ale's not bad.
Yeah,
Top road.
yeah.
So I've never been to Fin Nail. That's
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I had it. I had the it's like supposed to be a smaller version of walleye. What's the name of that fish? I always forget.
a grouper.
No, it was
Whitefish, tilapia.
there was no, it was a
pollock,
name. It
perch.
it's a name. It's a weird name, but it was like a smaller version of walleye. They said, and it tastes just like walleye, but it wasn't
Bluegill?
as big.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Guppy.
Goldfish.
Gold. I knew we'd get there finally.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw, you might have saw Willie, the owner of all the Mike's bars passed away this
Yeah,
week.
I saw
Mike
that.
Cholak.
I
Mike
did see that.
Cholak passed
Yep.
away, unfortunately,
Yes.
at
Yeah,
the age
rest
of
in peace, Mike.
55. So rest in peace to a guy that changed I agree, changed the landscape of downtown and all these
Sure did.
areas, made that kind of bar the type of thing to do when people started doing it.
I was
So,
reading his obituary. I mean, this guy did a lot of
Yeah.
everything. I mean, he taught at Parkside. You know, he just did a little bit of everything. He just, it was awesome.
My Mike's Chicken and Donuts was something special to me because I took my boys there. Like they loved it. Like we'd get donuts, we'd eat wings, we'd sit there, watch a little football. I would
Drink
they had
bourbon.
They had craft beer. They always had good craft beer on
They
tap.
did. Yes, they did. Yeah.
Good place. Obviously what it is now is wonderful too with Church and
Market.
Key or Church and Market, whatever it is. But yeah, I mean I saw that this week too. I figured we'd say something about that.
Yeah, it's
Uncle Mike's, Captain Mike's. I mean,
Highway
good
Mike's.
stuff. Highway
I
Mike's.
think the only one he still owned was Highway Mike's, right?
Yes.
The rest he had sold.
Yes.
Oh, well, obviously Johnny's Poorhouse was changed, and then Captain Mike's someone else. I think he sold to a bar manager or one of the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Yeah, unfortunately, he passed away.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Condolences to his family and friends. So,
Yep.
you closing thought? That's good, Willie.
I'm good.
I don't know. I don't know if I have anything. I don't know if I do. Do I? Can't think of anything. So,
What about your rant?
Oh yeah,
you're gonna go on a
my
rant.
mini rant was not really a rant. So today officially marked the day that my daughter is not playing basketball this year.
Mm.
And I will just say this: if you're a coach, be the adult sometimes, and the rules should apply to all the players, not just certain ones. So
What about communicate as well?
communicate. That's a big thing. And just because you say the word doesn't mean you do it. So that's all I'm gonna say. That's it. So
That's good. I like that.
So yeah, is that all you guys got tonight?
That's it, man.
That was a good show.
I think it was a good show.
Yeah. Okay. So for Eric and Willie and myself, Scott, everybody have a great week. We are the Basement Benchwarmers podcast. Do not forget to check out the 46 Zone podcast as well. But once again, thank you. We the Basement Benchwarmers. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
I hate goodbyes.
Sorry, folks. Park's closed.
What happened? I blacked out.
Because we did something today that no one thought we could do, including us. So we're going out, we're celebrating, and we're going to rub it in this city's face.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome.
Bye, Felicia.
Kids, there's Big Ben and there's Parliament.
I'll give him more buys and highs.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
So